Coming to you from Blue Crew Studio in Temecula, California, it's the Whiskey Throttle Show, taking you inside the lives and careers of the legends and leaders of action sports. Today's guest is brought to you by Yamaha. Yamaha is the industry leader in 2- and 4-wheel fun and performance. Motocross, off-road, adventure, side-by-side, Yamaha sets the standard. Yamaha revs your heart. The Whiskey Throttle Show is presented by Motosport.com. It doesn't matter if you like to pull a throttle cable on a dirt bike, street bike, side-by-side. Motosport.com is putting riders first with parts, gear, and accessories, including some of our partners like Troy Lee Designs, Dunlop, Pro Circuit, and more. They offer first returns free on apparel so you can buy with confidence. And Motosport.com offers fast, free shipping on all orders over $79. Make your next ride your best ride. Visit Motosport.com. Troy Lee made a name for himself as the most elite helmet painter in all forms of motorsport racing. His ability to make a stationary object look fast is something rare. That creativity gave way to motocross and mountain bike gear, helmets, and an arsenal of protective equipment aimed at keeping racers on the track and out of a doctor's office. The 2025 TLD line is out, and it's as fast as ever. Troy Lee Designs, blending speed and style. Rockform, creators of the world's strongest magnetic phone case. They have mounts for your car, motorcycle, and bicycle, as well as universal mounts to adhere your phone to any surface. They also have screen protectors, power banks, stands, chargers, and more. And don't forget the G-Rock wireless golf speaker. Magnets adhere this powerful speaker to your cart, or any metallic surface for that matter, so you have tunes while you golf, work, or hang out. Rockform, always innovating the phone case market. Rockwell designs all their sunglasses in their U.S. headquarters in Utah. Then they are manufactured in Italy using the strictest craftsmanship standards, ensuring you get the best pair of sunglasses you've ever owned. From men's and women's designs, floatable, alloy frame, and a UV 400 rating, which blocks out 100% of UV rays, Rockwell has everything you need for you and your family. Use our code WT20 for 20% discount at checkout at rockwelltime.com. Hey everybody, welcome to the Whiskey Throttle Show here in Blue Crew Studio. We got a great guest today. I'm super psyched about this guy. One of the homies, recently retired legend here, Talon Hawkins. Welcome in, dude. Glad to have you.
Thanks for having me, man. Pumped to be here. A little last second.
Yeah, a little last minute. I was like, man, who could I get on? And then I'm like, boom, Talon, T-Hawk.
Right down the street.
Yeah, my guy's right here. And you just decided to retire, well, pretty recently.
Yeah.
And so I'm stoked to hear your story. Obviously, we'll get into it, but I love where you're headed and your decision to make that. I really want to dive into that when we get to it because, there's two schools of thought on retiring from racing. You got some guys who are like, no, man, race as long as you can, just like as long as I can afford to do it or whatever, I'm doing it. Mm-hmm. That's one school of thought, and I get that. I don't really even knock that too much because, man, if you love this and this is – I don't know. Yeah, chase it, right? But then there's also a school of thought, like once you realize maybe it's either not for you or you're not going to get there, there's a lot of life after this. And so maybe get started on what's next for you. And you really, we'll get there, but you've definitely taken, kind of grabbed a gear and went after what's coming next. And I love it.
Yeah.
We start everything with our motosport.com gate drop. You can get everything you guys need over at motosport.com. So, don't get off the couch. Stay lazy. Chill out. Get your phone out. Just order it. Boom, it's coming right to you. Everything you need. And a lot of these sponsors, Seat Concepts, Arc Levers. You want to get Pro Circuit stuff, Pro X stuff, maybe Ethica, maybe Rockform. Probably not a Toyota Redlands truck, but Nihilo Concepts, Dunlop, all these people, Pro Circuit, you can get all those products at motosport.com. So get over there. And they also are giving away a Yamaha 450, so I'm lying. You can get a Yamaha. Motosport.com/win. You can sign up to win a 2025 YZ250F 450F for free. You don't have to buy anything. Just go sign up. Okay. How hard was that decision for you to call it a career?
I'll be honest with you. It was a really hard decision. It took like months of thought. So once I broke my femur back in January, I had a lot of time to think and just I wanted to make sure that was the right decision, and that's what I really wanted to go with. And honestly, time told. Like, I decided, talked to my parents about it, talked to close friends and family, and I just knew it was really the right decision. I haven't even looked back once.
Yeah.
Like,
So that's the tale, right? If
Yeah.
you in your gut, you're going, this is the right move for me. That's awesome.
no, and it totally was. Like I'm
At peace with it.
Yeah, I'm at peace. I'm in such a good place right now. I'm looking forward towards other things right now. Still want to get back on a bike though.
Yeah.
It's just because I'm done pro racing doesn't mean I'm gonna stop riding.
Totally. Right? That's the thing that I think a lot of people get wrong is they're like, but I love to ride. Well, you can still ride. It's not like you could never get on a bike again, you know. It's just the way you're going to generate revenue for yourself, you know, is changing. That's all.
Yeah.
Hey, pull that a little closer so I get a little louder. There you go.
Perfect.
And I want to ask you about your crash in San Diego. Mm-hmm. Are you good talking about it?
Totally.
It's pretty dirty.
Yeah.
Do you know I broke my femur there?
Same place?
Jack Murphy Stadium. It was the old stadium.
Okay.
But I did the same thing. Right femur?
Right femur. I did not know that.
Yeah. 96. I'm really old. Tell me about your crash because, like, I watched it. I even watched it again yesterday prepping for this. It was like you were seat bouncing at that jump out of the turn, and it just freaking took off. What happened?
So I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I've had so many people come to me and ask me what happened because it is a weird crash. I feel like I've had a couple weird crashes in my days, but I think just coming out of the corner, I'm pretty sure I got wheel spin, and as soon as I went to seat bounce the 3 out of the corner, just all the traction caught and then just looped out off the lip. That's kind of what it felt like. It was a fast one, though.
Was it muddy that night? I'm trying to remember the conditions.
They watered it just before the heat. It was heat 1. Or I'm pretty sure I was heat 1.
So slick. And that makes sense because I'm like, homie just looped out like straight.
No, it got a little bit hard packed right before the lip. And then once you took off, like it was good on the lip. So I think just out of the corner, wheel spin, and then boom, hooked up right when I seated it.
And so you kind of landed feet first into the face of that jump.
Yeah.
And did you know like right away?
No, it's crazy. I didn't honestly. I had so much adrenaline because I was trying to. I think I was like right in transfer position, or I was right around there in the heat, and I had so much adrenaline when I landed. I didn't even know anything broke. I tried to get up.
Oh, really?
So I tried to get up, had no idea, which that's probably not normal for a femur break. Usually you know right away. I'm sure you did.
I knew right away.
Yeah. So I tried to get up, and then my hip got off the ground, leg stayed on the ground. So I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Did you see your leg kind of like wobble, like
a
misshape a little bit?
There's all the gear, so a little bit, but originally I thought it was my tib fib because I couldn't tell where the pain was. I was that in shock.
Huh.
Crazy. But originally I was telling the medics that I think it's my tib fib snapped for sure because my leg was all dangly.
Yeah.
But as soon as they were like trying to get me onto the stretcher, I'm like, oh no, it's higher up. It's my femur. So then they like took a step back, like whoa, you know, femoral artery, all that right there. So
damn,
it was weird.
And then how was you got a rod put in?
Yeah. So I have a rod, 3 screws at the bottom on my knee, 2 screws up top. Near my hip.
Does it bug you at all now? Or are you good?
The screws in my knee are bugging me. I'm trying to get them out here pretty soon. I have surgery scheduled like end of this month.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Are you taking the rod out too?
Next month.
Yeah. Are you taking the rod out too?
No rod. Just the screws that are bugging me in my knee. So I'm good riding though. I've been able to surf, been able to do everything. Just running sucks. Yeah, every time I bend my knee, you can feel the grinding.
Yeah. So I have mine. I don't have any down by my knee. I have the rod that goes in and then a pin up top that holds it. And that pin, every time I'm going upstairs or whatever, it just kind of clicks. I think it's catching on a tendon and rubbing. It's just annoying. It doesn't hurt, but I got told leave it in until you're done racing and then pull everything out. And by the time I got done racing, the doctor's like, "Oh yeah, everything's calcified over. You'll never get it out." I'm like, "Awesome," you know. So.
Well, that's what they say about those. I know a lot of people get the tib fib surgery, get the screws in, and they have problems with the screws as well. So, and I think there's only like a year or two, like timeline that you can get the screws out.
Yeah. Once everything gets all calcified, they almost have to. They do so much damage to get it out. Yeah.
So I'm trying to get it out early.
Good.
While I can.
I think it's smart. I would tell anyone, get as much metal out of your body as you can, as early as you can. You know what I mean? The problem is when you're racing, it's never a good time.
No, you never.
Our off season's what, like 3 weeks?
Yeah.
You know, so you're not getting a surgery done and then back on the bike in 3 weeks probably.
No.
Okay, well let's jump into your story. Hey, get over to WhiskeyThrottleMedia.com, man. Moto, off-road content, some dual sports stuff. All of our Whiskey Throttle shows are posted there. Our shop is on there. We're going to relaunch merch soon in a collaboration with Ethica. It's going to be so sick. I'm so pumped. The guy that was providing us our merch before was a dildo, and so we're done with him. Long story. Anyway, don't get me started, but check that out. And this guest and every guest brought to you by Yamaha. Get over and join the Blue Crew, guys, if you want to kick some serious ass. That's where it's at. Okay. Are you a Temecula guy?
Yeah. I'm
born and raised.
Born and raised. I'm 15 minutes away from here.
Dang.
Just out in pretty close to Deacon's old spot out in wine country.
Okay.
Real close.
Same house you've always lived in?
Yeah. My whole life. I think I briefly, when I was a kid, lived in Canyon Lake.
Okay.
While my parents were building the house out there.
T-Town. So what year were you born? This is probably going to bum me out.
03.
God. That's wild, dude.
Yeah, it's probably weird to hear.
Well, and you'll do this too as you probably get older down the road, is you'll relate everything back to years that you raced. Mm-hmm. Oh, in 97 I was riding for this team. Like, that's just how I work for that period of time. 03 is my last professional season of race.
No way.
Yeah. So that's funny. Okay, so tell me about your childhood out there. I mean, 03, by that time things were starting to really build up around here. Were you still able to go ride? I mean, you have land, so you guys have a track in your backyard and stuff.
Yeah. So we have 5 acres out there. We've always had a track. It's just kind of gotten scaled bigger and bigger as I've gotten older. Right now it's like a Supercross hybrid track, but when I was a kid, it was more of like an outdoor track, just with like bumps, corners. It goes up a hill, some elevation. So it's kind of a neat area. And it's in a place that if you were to buy out there now, you couldn't build a dirt bike track.
Oh, really?
But because we have motocross track on our grading plans, I don't know how my dad pulled that off.
You're grandfathered in.
We're kind of grandfathered in, yeah.
Dang.
So I know there's been a couple people who have tried to make tracks out there and they'll get shut down just because it's not, like, it's gotten a lot more populated out there.
Yeah. Well, all of Temecula, I mean, this was, you won't even remember this, dude, but like, we used to build tracks right along like where the 15 and 215 split, the little still open spots that are right there.
Really?
Dude, there would be 20 guys, factory teams lined up out there with box vans. Yeah. When it would rain and just motoing these tracks, they were insane. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just our population's probably quadrupled in the last 20 years. I mean, it's blown up. So
yeah, with
that comes, everybody scrambling for land. And
well, what's cool about it is there's still tracks out by me. Like I'll leave my gate and I'll go out into the hills, and there's a few tracks out there still, like outdoor tracks. There's like out in Sage.
Yeah.
I can leave. You can get to the backside of Vale Lake from my house. Just ride there.
So you're south of Deegan, right? Isn't he over more towards Skinner, his old place?
Yeah. So we're more south.
Okay.
Right in right in that area.
Yeah, I gotta go out and do a ride with you out there.
Let's do it.
You got siblings?
Yeah, I just have one little sister. She's 15 now. Just got done with freshman year of high school.
Okay.
So she's going to Great Oak right now.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to start fighting boys.
No, I know. She's got a boyfriend right now, and he's actually really cool.
Really?
I like him.
Okay.
So we're good for now.
I mean, I had an older sister, so it's a little different, but boys are a problem. What did you do? Did you do anything before bikes? Before you got into? It sounds like you got riding early. Mm-hmm. Did you play other sports or anything?
Yeah. I played numerous amount of sports. I played baseball, soccer. I played soccer for probably the most.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. I did flag football for a season.
Okay.
I was riding horses growing up. We've always had a couple horses in our backyard.
Okay.
A little arena back there.
Was there ever a point you almost went cowboy, like threw the boots on, did some barrel racing?
No, for some reason when I was growing up, like horses were kind of boring to me after riding dirt bikes.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's something that I like to do now, but I was a very fast-paced.
Yeah, it's not enough adrenaline probably.
No, and with riding dirt bikes, it's kind of hard to imitate that with other sports.
Well, I always ask guys this question because I think playing other sports is good for your just hand-eye coordination and athleticism in general. And so it's interesting to me to hear when guys either did play sports or didn't. Because some guys are like, nah, I didn't really do much until maybe I rode a BMX bike and then I just started racing.
Yeah, there's some guys who can just ride dirt bikes.
Yeah.
And it's like, that itself isn't athleticism.
Well,
it isn't dirt bikes. You could be the baddest mofo on a dirt bike.
Yeah, I mean, like Ricky, I don't think he really did many sports. And if you know, like I remember throwing a football with him years ago when we were teammates, and I'm just like, this guy has never thrown a football before. Like, you know, just he didn't have a lot of other things that he did, but damn, he was good at that one thing. So it's just I'm not saying you have to play other sports. I just feel like it does help, but
I was just the person that always had other stuff to do. Like I like hobbies, so I always had other stuff going on.
Like what other hobbies? I mean, I know you like to surf and fish.
I like surfing. Yeah, surfing, fishing. I'd always go out mountain biking, build trails, BMX jumps right by my house. We had a sick set of dirt jumps right by my house. They're still there. So I was just always outside, doing something. Like if I wasn't riding.
That's awesome, dude. And you still had like cell phones were out when you were a kid, huh?
Yeah.
You had one right away, or
yeah, I had it was like the iPhone 4 or something, iPhone 5.
Okay. Because there was no such thing as a cell phone when I was a kid. So like I feel like my generation got to grow up where you didn't have that option to sit inside and just dick around on your phone.
Yeah.
So we were outside, and so I love hearing that you were just out doing it.
It's for some reason like I had the phone, but I feel like it's just more in the recent years that's kind of picked up to where kids aren't going outside and just looking at their phone. Because my sister struggled with it for a little bit, but she's outside now playing soccer. We have her in 2-3 different teams. So we try not to let her do that. Yeah. But it's tempting. I went through a phase probably 16, 17. I was always on my phone.
It's addicting.
Just scrolling Snapchat, Instagram, scrolling. Especially
when like I have obviously the Whiskey Throttle stuff is tied to it. So it's kind of like business. So I'll be like, oh, I'm working, and then you get scrolling on Instagram and you're just like,
it's not working anymore.
Yeah, I know. It's just like you're working, you're looking at whatever.
Hardly working.
Yeah. So tell me, did your dad ride?
Yeah. So he grew up, he was like the kind of militia, like kind of doing tricks. They lived in Kenyon Lake, like I said. So they were trying, like kind of in that crowd. He raced a little bit, but he never took it seriously. Okay. He was more the guy who goes, like the weekend warrior, goes out and rides for fun. Yeah. Does some Cordovas.
Black plastic.
Yes.
Chopped off
guy, what is it? The shorts?
Oh, yeah.
The riding shorts?
Flesh wound. Yeah. Flesh gear, or whatever it was called. Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff.
That's awesome. So he got you a bike pretty early?
Really early. My second birthday, I had a bike.
No way. What?
It was JR50 Suzuki.
So, and you guys were probably like just going to the desert.
Yeah, the desert. We had our backyard at the time.
Oh,
which was
yeah.
sweet.
I guess you're just riding out of the back door.
It was a lot smaller then, but he had his little freestyle ramp in the backyard.
Oh yeah, so you were hitting that pretty early?
No, he got rid of it as soon as I was old enough to hit it.
Of course, yeah, smart.
He knew.
And then did you guys just ride for a while then, or when did you start racing? I mean, if you're riding at 2.
I know my first race was at 4, so it was at Star West.
Oh, really?
Star West. It was the MX Racer. Remember that series? It was Thursday nights?
Yeah.
That was my first race. I used to do them every week. Huh. I have like 400 of the same trophies.
It's a bummer that place went away. Like, it sucks when tracks close.
No, that was one of my favorite tracks too. Especially towards the end of it when it was, what was it called? State Fair.
State Fair.
When it was State Fair, that was the only track with good ruts in SoCal.
Well, even back in my day, it was called Star West.
Yeah.
And it was, I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday night practice under lights, and they were terrible. I mean, it was like flashlights.
I remember. I was on 50s.
Bro, but that was the spot to go. I mean, Emig, that was like he always went there because he lived right near there. He was there every week, even during Supercross. He's out riding at Star West, No,
that track's fun. There's that little, did you ever go to that little hole in the wall Mexican place down the street?
No.
Right down the street.
Good little joint?
The best. Yeah. I had my poster up in there like up until, I'd say, 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
Still in there from when I was on 50s.
Nice. Is it still there, though? The restaurant?
Oh, the restaurant's there, yeah.
Yeah.
Poster's gone.
They put someone new up.
Right.
Who was in your crew? Like, I always like to go back when we get to Loretta's results and see who you kind of grew up racing against. And like I was looking through your group of guys, it was like Preston Boost. I can't say it. Yeah, Base Fluke.
Him, Reynolds.
Yeah.
D. Francisco a little bit.
Were you racing them even as a kid? Like, you guys kind of came up together, right?
Yeah. Reynolds, I was always racing against him. Voland. Hunter Cross. Those kids always racing against them. Bakersfield boys.
Yeah, there was a lot of crew. Styles, was he in your group?
Styles was just above me.
Okay.
I raced him at Cup my first year when I was the youngest. I was I think just turned 13, maybe 12. Super young, but my first year I raced against him. So he was the kind of the group above me.
Yeah, okay.
With like Pierce.
So who were your homies locally that you rode with? Who was your crew here?
I was training with Ryan Hughes at the time.
Okay.
So I was riding with mainly like younger kids and older kids. I felt like I was kind of in the middle. I rode with Hayden Deegan a lot. He was younger than me, but he lived 5 minutes from me.
Right.
So we'd always ride at his compound. He had the Supercross track, so got to get a little bit of skills on that. The freestyle ramp. He had the outdoor track, the hills track. So I was over there quite a bit when I was younger.
And can you ride at the hill track and stuff by his place anymore?
I don't think you're supposed to. I'm pretty sure someone owns it.
Oh.
But a lot of people do it. Everybody from my high school used to go out there and do like donuts.
Oh, really?
Trucks, yeah. But yeah, it's open land.
Yeah.
You're probably not supposed to. But I haven't. The track's it's like gone now.
Beat up
or
what?
It's beat up. So it's not how it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be sick. Just bar drag ruts everywhere.
Does it surprise you to see, I mean, you knew him as a kid. Does it surprise you to see kind of where he is now and what he's doing and how he is, or you kind of like, it makes sense?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really surprised. Like growing up with him, like I'd always have sleepovers at his house, and we'd ride in the morning, ride at night, build jumps in the evening, ride the next morning. That kid has always been so good at Supercross. I remember I was on an 85, he was on a 65, and he's like right there with me on a bike lower than me.
But I feel like he's better at outdoors than he is Supercross.
And he's always been sending the corners too. So there's that. Both things. I thought for sure he was going to like Supercross more growing up, but I mean, dude, he's an animal in either both of them.
For sure. No, for sure.
But I can definitely say I saw it coming because he's always been the gnarliest
there's a
kid.
picture we have. We'll probably put in of you guys hanging out on a tailgate, and you're pretty little.
Yeah.
So you guys were homies. What pros did you look up to at the time? Like, who were your guys?
I always looked up to Josh Grant and Anderson. Both of those guys. Those
were
my two guys.
What was it about them?
I think both of their edginess. I want to say their ability to step back and like show that they're having fun. I guess they're just not robots.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys that are robots and don't show their
personality. Yeah.
There's no really personality. And I think those two guys really showcased it well.
I think that's hard in our sport, huh? Like, you know, we say we want it, but then when a guy does, it definitely does turn some sponsors off. And if you show yourself having fun and being yourself and your results don't back it up, they're like, oh, this kid's he doesn't care. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a hard line to.
So you want to be like this, hey, I'm a hard worker. I'm that way if your results suck, they go, well, he's trying. You know, look how hard he says he's working and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think a lot of guys like, I don't want to name any names. There's a lot of guys that I think have really fun personalities. They just don't show it at work.
They can't.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're trying to be professional, and I can't fault them for that.
No.
But it is nice when a guy will just be himself, you know?
Yeah.
But you got to have some results to back it up. Or
Totally.
It's a problem.
Totally. And I think I struggled with that for a bit because I always wanted to let my, I don't know, not wild side, but I just wanted to show.
Just be
I
yourself.
just wanted to be myself.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I felt that sometimes I felt like I couldn't just because my results weren't there.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Yeah.
So it's hard.
It is hard. I think of, I don't know how I'm old references because I'm old, but do you know Sean Palmer?
Yeah.
Snowboard and mountain bike, like legend. And buddies of mine, and he was a lunatic, dude. This guy would like put on gold lame suits when he'd go up on the podium, and he'd put on a big king's crown and just, these people, nobody's got anything for me. You guys suck. And he's just guzzling his champagne. I mean, outrageous stuff, right? Like, but you can only do that if you can back it up and win.
Yeah.
Which he did. Like imagine Deegan at his most flamboyant, right? The stuff he says on the podium.
Yeah.
If he was getting 8th, 9th, 10th, you can't say it. You can't
justify it.
So you have to have the results to go with it. But when a guy puts it together like Palm did, like Deegan's doing, it's fun. You're just like, God, this guy's running his mouth, but you can't help but go, he's backing it up.
Yeah, a lot of haters, a lot of lovers, like people that love it. So,
what's your take? What's your take on like people that? Because I watch my Instagram page. I don't run the Whiskey Throttle Show Instagram page much. I post some stuff on there, but Jeff, my business partner, does most of it. But I'm watching comments and stuff, and Lawrence's have talked about how people are just hating on him. And I'm thinking, well, why? What did they do? I mean, I don't really understand. I know the thing with Jet and Jason Anderson, that kind of set people off, which I'm like, guys get into little dust-ups all the time. It's not that big. I just don't understand the big deal. But you start looking at the comments, or when we post something of them, and you scroll through the comments, I'm like, gosh, people are dicks. And then Deegan, it's the same thing. He's a lightning rod. Like, people either cannot stand him, or they're like glazers, hard, What's your take on that? Like, what do people just want to pick a team, and the Lawrences aren't Americans, so screw them? Like, what is it?
It seems a lot. It seems like kind of like high school.
Totally.
If I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this sport, there's the super fans, and then there's the super haters. I don't know. Maybe it's something that people get out of commenting that, like just the hate. I don't know. Maybe it's got to be jealousy, because
Totally.
it's got to be.
Yeah.
Like Jet and Hayden, no one compares to them right now. Like on a bike, and there's guys that are super close. There's guys that beat him at some point, but overall they're dominating, and I think it's just people can't take it because they're not that fast.
Yeah.
There's guys sitting on the couch that.
Well, like, I will say this: when Hayden posts a picture on it with his private jet that he rented, and he's got his watch and he's got his Louis Vuitton bag, I roll my eyes and I kind of go, all right, dude. Like, but I'm not gonna post something like,
No.
What an asshole, like, because really that's coming from a place of jealousy. The kid is making a buttload of money. He's winning every weekend. So, like, how are you gonna, I get it. I understand the emotions people are having, but like having this place where everyone can just say whatever they want, it's a bummer to me sometimes.
I don't know. People love to couch ride,
Totally.
couch race.
Yeah, they do.
I don't know. I think it's just in human nature, maybe.
I guess it's just a bummer, huh? Like, kind of bums you out about humanity a little bit.
Yeah. There's gonna be haters. Anything you do.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a lot of people that say if you have haters, you're doing it right. So you're doing
something right. Yeah. No, well, it's nice. I have a lot of people that hate me, so that's good.
No, but Hayden is doing it right. He knows what he's doing too.
Yeah, I think he's gone to school with his dad's marketing.
Yeah. No, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, they do a good job. And at the end of the day, here's what I say. Like, even if I don't like some of that stuff that Hayden does, on social media or whatever, how do you not I just go, well, dude, you got to respect this kid. Like, the grit and the what he's doing on the bike. Same thing with Jet. Even if you hate him for whatever reason you hate him for, show some respect. Like, you're watching, in my opinion, the best to ever do it.
Yeah.
And I know, maybe Ricky's the GOAT, greatest of all time. I would say then Jet's the jet boat. Like, he's the best of all time, because I don't think I've ever seen anyone technically better than him.
Yeah, and it's hard. I don't know Jet too well, but I can speak for Hayden. He's a good kid. His family, amazing.
Yeah.
Growing up with them, like, they are the nicest people, respectful. Hayden grew up in a really, like, respectful way, so I wouldn't take that away from him. Obviously, he's got some people think he's a little bit cocky on the podium, but he has a good heart.
Yeah.
So
I think the whole family does. When you're racing at that level, everything is upstairs, right? Like, confidence is everything.
Yeah.
And so it's tough to walk that line. Like, when the camera's on you, you got to be humble. They want you to be humble, but also show personality, but also be professional. Like, damn, dude, cut them a little slack. And I've probably been guilty of being that guy in the past when I was younger. And as you get older, you sort of get it a little more. Like, okay, this kid's competing at this ultra high level. He has to be confident.
you need confidence. It's everything.
Yeah,
the
it's
mind
everything.
game's everything in moto.
And so trying to walk that line of having that confidence, but then really when the camera clicks on, you got to humble yourself a bit. It's tough. You know?
Not coming off like a prick.
Yeah, it's tough. One thing that's cool about living in Southern California, and there aren't a ton of things, but there are some cool things. And one of them is you get to see and ride with a lot of your heroes, right? Like, you know, you said Grant and Anderson, you probably saw them every week out at the track.
Yeah, I still do.
Yeah.
When I go out there, Anderson's there.
It's pretty cool about Southern California. Taxes suck. Traffic sucks. A lot of the people suck. There's a lot of things that do suck, but
Totally.
that's rad. And I think, you know, if you lived in, you know, I don't know, Fargo, North Dakota, you're not bumping into any pros out at the local track.
No, and at such a young age, I was 14. I was on 85s, and I'm riding with Barsha out at Paula. And guys like that, it'll be our Glenn Helen on a pro day.
Yeah.
Thursdays. Like, a little mental. So
it's pretty rad.
It definitely was scary, but you get used to it. It's kind of cool seeing your heroes. Maybe you at some point become a little desensitized, but because you're around them so much, but then you take a step back. You're like, dude, I'm riding with Bam Bam Barsha.
Yeah.
I'm riding with Jason Anderson out here just on a local track day.
Yeah.
Can go up and talk to them. It's pretty cool.
You were talking about your first race at what was it called? Not Star West at then. It was called
State Fair.
State Fair.
But it was Star West at the time.
Yeah, same place, different name. How did it go? Did you win?
I got third, first race.
Do you remember who won? Do you remember the race?
I don't remember who won, but I know it was on the main track. It was under the lights. I remember the third place trophy. I met my best friend there, my now best friend at that race.
Who?
Braden Berry. He doesn't race anymore.
Okay.
So he quit when we were younger, but I met him that night. We have a picture of him, and that's my best friend.
That's your homie.
It's kind of crazy.
That's funny. Did you have somebody coaching you? You said you worked with Rhino a bit?
Yeah, so I worked with Ryan Hughes. I've more recently worked with Jay Whipple. I've worked with Jerry Masterpool when I would go out to the Masterpools. Bunch of guys.
Yeah. So you had a lot of coaches.
Yeah, so it was over the years, but
Yeah.
mainly on 85s was Ryan Hughes. As I got older, Nate Ramsey a little bit before he was the team manager, trained me a little bit. Alden Baker when I went out to Baker's Factory.
What stands out about, like, was there anything that they taught you or anything they did that really impacted you? Or was you just kind of take a little bit from everybody? Anything that stands out, though?
I'd say I learned a lot when I was a kid, and I took, like, on 85s with Ryan Hughes, learned a lot, still take a lot from him. But after that, I feel like I kind of took a break from having a trainer. And I would say it hurt me a little bit because my form's not there. I don't have the jet form. I'm kind of a little bit loosey-goosey on the bike. I'd say I definitely struggled in corners because I didn't work on that stuff enough, like the just form. So I always kind of struggled in ruts, coming from SoCal. No ruts.
Do you suck in the mud?
Terrible in the mud. I'm on the ground all the time. San Francisco 2 years ago. I think I fell like 10 times in the heat race. Okay,
so let me ask you this, because I'm the same way. I grew up in Arizona. Mud doesn't even exist. When you go to a track and it was muddy, whether they overwatered or we did have rain, were you like, I'll wait for the track to come in?
Yeah.
Or did you go, I'm going to go out and get some mud practice? Because I never did that. I waited for it to get good, and I'm like, that was a huge regret of mine.
Well, normally I would like to wait, but when I was training with Ryan now, he's like, get your ass out there.
Yeah.
Gotta do it. So some days I like mud, but I'm just not good at racing in it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. I'm fine with riding in it. I actually like it, but racing in it, I get in my head. I'm like, oh, it's muddy. And then guess what? I'm on the ground. It's like you kind of just anticipate it.
Yeah. So when did it get serious for you guys? Was there a point or did it just sort of build?
It kind of built, but I definitely wasn't serious until later on. I'd say Super Minis 125s. When I got the Rockstar Husky contract on 125s, I'd say that's when it like really took a huge step.
You were Cowie kid on mini bikes and stuff?
Yeah, I was on a Kawasaki.
Team Green, or were you guys just local shop?
It was local. It was Team Green, but not like free bike Team Green.
Okay.
So just supported.
And so your first year at Loretta's was 16,
on
2016 on an 85, yeah.
Does it say what kind of, it was just KTM, it doesn't even say what it was. Because I'm pretty sure my first year borrowed a bike.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I borrowed one from Hayden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. It might say on the website. The printout doesn't show it, but just results. So like I said, looking through there, does it surprise you to see guys that make it and guys that don't? Like, even my day, I look back through and I'm like, man, that guy was so good. Like, he, crushed me as an amateur and then didn't make it at all as a pro.
That's crazy. There's a lot, like, of guys that I totally thought were going to be right there in the pros, but they're not.
Like, don't even make maybe they get 1 year as a pro doing a few rounds and they just disappear.
Well, there's a lot of guys even from Super Mini days that I'm like, God, they're so good.
Yeah. What do you think that is? I even noticed in one of your races, I don't remember which one. Maybe it was Super Mini or 125s, but Chance Hymas was in there. But he was like 12th.
Yeah.
He wasn't even in the mix. And now look at him,
Yeah.
So it's so weird to me. And the guys get so balled up about, I got to do good at Loretta's. And I'm kind of like, you don't have to.
I never did very good. My 125 year was good, but
it's helpful, like, to get some support. But, like, this is not an indicator of, you're going to make it or you're not going to make it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess to an extent. I'll tell you, though, when you're coming up through minis, it feels like it's everything.
I know. Trust me. Yeah, I did it. And back then, I think now you have, what do they call it? SMX Next? Or
yeah, I think that's
Futures. Or what is it?
The Futures.
Futures in the Combine.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably more important than Loretta's even. I would say
it is to an extent.
Okay.
There's still going to be the scouts. Everybody's scouting at Loretta's. I don't think Loretta's will ever not be the biggest event of the year. It kind of sucks, though, because we didn't have the Futures when I was on little bikes.
Right.
Well, I guess it didn't really matter because, like, it's just for big bikes anyways. But on little bikes, Loretta's was everything. If you didn't do good, you probably weren't going to get a ride. And it didn't really work out that way for me. Somehow I got in, got lucky. But, yeah, there's a lot of people that they'll do good everywhere, and then they'll do shitty at Loretta's.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Well, Loretta's throws everything at you. It's humidity. It's mud. There's always a mud moto, at least one. It's a lot of pressure. It's 3 motos, so you got to add consistency into it. So
and they're longer
They're longer motos for amateur racing, so I think it's a good litmus test because of that. Right? You get some of everything. Where, like, you could go to a combine and maybe the weather's cool, or I don't know. You know what I mean? You don't have to do 3 good motos, right? Like, I don't know. I get it, but it is changing. It is shifting a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's a big surprise to me just watching who does and doesn't make it, and I can't really find a rhyme or reason to it. Like, look at Villapoto. He got his ass handed to him by Alessi forever as an amateur, and then when they went pro, Alessi never won a title. Great career. I'm not knocking Mike Alessi, but there's a lot of that where guys, went from pretty good as an amateur and then crushed it as a pro, or vice versa.
Totally. It's, I guess, when they grow up, I'd say for the people that stopped racing, I had this realization recently before I retired. Like, okay, at some point, it's got to be plausible to keep doing this or stop and go do something else and ride for fun. Yeah. So I think some guys reach that point earlier than others. So there's the guys that didn't even make it pro. They're like, all right, I need to get my life together and start working on something. So
and I mean, well, we'll get to that one, Tyler, because I want to talk more about your decision. Once we get to that point, you had help from Husky pretty young. You say kind of this year here, 2020.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right. That was my first year because I went from Super Mini straight to the 125, and that's when I got the ride.
Okay,
with Husky.
And I mean, you had a 5th in Super Mini the year before, so you were in the mix. And from any of those years on mini bikes, anything stand out at Loretta's?
There was one moto. I want to say it was my second year. It was the mini senior year.
Okay.
2017. It was a full mud race, and that was my first actual mud race at Loretta's because the year before I didn't have any.
Okay.
No mud. Or maybe it was my first year. It was one of those first couple years. I got the whole shot. I was like 20 seconds out on the first lap because everybody was crashing. Like literally 20 seconds out, first lap gone. And then I'd say like about halfway mark, or not even halfway. It was probably 3-4 laps in. Tipped over, got back up, bike wouldn't start. Dead last, lapped, last place. So I had a glimpse of glory, but
Loretta's is brutal.
Short-lived.
Yeah. So how did you get the Husky ride? How did that come about?
Just I started doing good at other races. I'd say Loretta's I didn't do the best, but yeah, I got the fifth and fourth.
Second in schoolboy, and
that was on the 125 when I was on it.
Who was it? Bobby Hewitt?
No, it was Sean Murphy. It was Bobby Hewitt was the team manager at the time.
Okay. Sean Murphy was like the amateur guy.
Yeah, he was the amateur guy. Well, I knew him previously. I was on Thor.
Okay.
Before, so I knew Sean from that. Homies with him. He's my guy. And then I started doing better at the races. I started training super hard about right before 125s. And yeah, just fell in, got lucky. Yeah. Just greased it and took it and ran with it.
So you had the ride when you moved up to big bikes?
Yes. Yeah. 125s.
Yeah. Cool. And do you like that there's a lot of stuff going on right now with having lost Aiden Zing about how do we make this safer moving up? Mm-hmm. Do you feel like it was good for you to go to a 125 first? Because a lot of you guys, you're not developed. Like, you've kind of grown up now and you're thickened up. But when you first moved up, but if you looked at a picture of yourself, you were like skinny little kid, you know. To put you on a 250F is gnarly.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for my 125 year because I'd say that was the most fun time of my amateur life. 100%. That was my favorite bike. I think you're right with the weight issue. Like, I was not ready for a 250, so I'm glad I went the 125 route. And that thing was awesome. That was probably my favorite bike I've ever had.
So fun.
I want a 125 right now because of that.
Well, that's and it doesn't work for some kids are big. You get some 15-year-olds that look like
Drew Adams.
Look like Drew Adams.
You got Drew.
Can't put him on a 125, but
he's ready for a 250.
Yeah,
he's killing it.
Cool. So good support from Husky. Was it it was tied in with the team the factory team, or how? Yeah.
Yeah. So I had my bike inside with Osborne, Dino.
Nice.
Inside the shop. It was crazy. Like, big eye opener.
You were so pumped, huh?
Oh, I was so stoked.
Your first ride is like so cool. Like, I just had Suzuki support, but they sent me like a factory cylinder. I was like, I've made it. Like, look at this thing,
No, it's crazy. I had my motors being done in-house. Like, wild.
It's so cool.
Wild.
Was there a point for you? It sounds like it was that year where things clicked, where like the confidence kind of comes in. Just everything sort of starts to click. Was it that year on Schoolboy?
I'd say the 125 year is when everything kind of clicked. And then it kind of just got better and better. My B year I felt really good. It kind of got better and better from there, I'd say.
Yeah.
Big jump once I got to 125s,
though. And then you jumped in, and this was so throughout your amateur career, like I said, you're on the 125. You move up to B in 2021. Mm-hmm. You were doing B in Schoolboy. Good results. And then you kind of had this weird jump. You did a few nationals in 22. Mm-hmm. So as you're leaving amateur in 2021, you raced 22. You're doing amateur stuff still. You did Loretta's in 22, but then you jumped in and did a few nationals. Mm-hmm. Was the plan always to go pro in 23?
I was trying to, but I don't think the plan – it kind of just kept changing. It all just depended how my results were. Okay. And Scuba was the team manager at that time. Okay. I just kept talking to Scuba. I'm like, hey, and he just wanted me to go when I was ready. So
they weren't pressuring you or anything?
No, not at all. Okay. No, Scuba's like family. He's always had my best interest in mind.
He seems like a good dude. I don't know him super well.
He's awesome. Yeah. He's the man. He never wanted to move me up too early because he knows he's been through it.
Yeah.
He knows. So there was never a plan to go pro.
Okay. So after, and then a lot of guys do this after Loretta's, they'll go out and do a few nationals, which you did. Let me find the results here. You did Spring Creek, Ironman, and Fox. That was when it was the final round. Mm-hmm. So tell me about those events. Like, was that an eye opener? What stands out in your head from?
I'll tell you, Spring Creek was wild. That was my first one. Yeah. So what stands out is qualifying was my biggest thing. Like, the motos were gnarly. Yeah, I'm lining up with the best guys in the country. But I'd say qualifying was the biggest eye-opener for me. I'll never forget. It was my first lap because you don't get a free practice.
Oh, you don't?
No, that's Supercross.
Yeah, this is all new. When I raced, we didn't have this. You had to, if you weren't top 10, you had to do a race to qualify in.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were top 10, you were just seated. So all of this timed qualifying happened after I was done. So I can't really relate. But I'm not good at it. I can't just go, okay, go. You got to go the fastest you can go right now. Go.
Well, I've never ridden Spring Creek either. No free.
You're still trying to learn the track.
No free practice. You do 3/4 of a lap. I had never even hit the finish, and I had to go. Like I went around.
What do you mean? I thought you always get a free practice in the morning. No,
not in outdoors.
It's just timed from the.
Yeah, you do your one lap and you go. So
that's dumb. That can't be right.
So
that's not safe, dude. Like
it's kind of gnarly. I'll tell you. Coming around, just Jalik's right behind me. He's my teammate, and he's like
same. He's in the same boat.
No, he's already raced.
Oh, he'd already had yours.
Yeah,
okay,
he knows, but he was just laughing at me because I blew the corner before the finish, got back on the track, like threw banners, and then I had to roll the finish, and then I started my lap. Like I just went full wick because I was so
without even jumping the finish.
No jump in the finish. That was my lap.
Yes.
I was going for it because I was so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Never in the track. Like,
now, were you on a pro bike too for that?
Yeah.
So the bike's like way better than what you're used to, or were you still on your amateur bike?
I might have still been on my amateur bike. I'm going to be honest. I don't remember.
Okay.
I know once I got on the pro bike, though, it was insane.
Yeah.
The thing had so much more torque. Like, out of the corners was insane. In the deep stuff, pulled right through it.
Yeah. Well, that's a huge thing that amateur guys now have to really try to figure out on its own is, okay, I got to ride this totally different than my amateur bike, You could kind of wring that thing's neck where this, you got to
throttle control.
Yeah.
It's got grunt, especially in the deep stuff. That was the biggest thing I noticed.
So how'd you qualify? How did it go?
I don't think I did too bad. I know I made it. I didn't have to go to the LCQ. I don't know.
Stressful,
I think I was like 20th or something, 23rd.
What's stressful? I imagine would be stressful is you're like you start this first lap. Probably your first lap wasn't the best. You don't know the track.
I'm just surviving.
So you're on the pit board. He's probably telling you 36th, or he's telling you some number, and you're like,
yeah,
stressing out.
Oh, total stress case. Like, I'll never forget that. I was going around the track. I'm just like, where does it go? I don't know where it goes.
And there's so much to figure out. The sand whoops,
Mount
Martin. Like, how does that work? Where do I go? All the jumps,
Yeah, the track's super deep too. It's not an amateur prep.
Did you walk the track before?
I did, but it doesn't do justice. I didn't know how fast
it's not
to
the
hit
same.
the finish.
Of course, yeah. But I feel like a lot of guys don't walk the track anymore.
Really?
Well, you as a first time ever going there, you probably would. But next year, when guys go back who've ridden there, I don't think they go out and walk the track the day before.
No, I know guys like Deegan do.
Do they?
I see them. Or maybe not Hayden, but I see Brian. He's always out there on his mountain bike. I see him scoping it.
It's kind of an old school thing, right? Like walking the track. But it was, we always did it. And when I was at Suzuki, Greg Albertine was my teammate. He would go after, back in the old days, back in the 1900s, you had Friday practice. Saturday was off. They raced amateurs, and then the national was Sunday. So Friday after practice, we'd go out and we'd walk the track when it was done. And that way it's all beat up and you'd see lines and stuff. And, that helped me a lot when he started dragging me along with him. And I'm just surprised to see guys not doing that anymore.
I'll tell you, my later years of racing pro, I didn't really walk the track.
Nobody
I would go look at it, and I would watch. The day before, there was always something going on. I think it was amateur racing. I think Friday's amateur racing. So I'd go watch them. But you're right. I never really would walk the track.
Yeah, it's just a thing that's kind of not really, and you can't really walk it when the amateurs are racing. You could probably glean something out of it, but like their lines are going to be totally different than what it's going to be like.
It's a different prep.
Yeah.
Completely.
Totally different. Okay, so what about the next two? You did Ironman at Fox. Anything?
Ironman, I barely qualified.
Really?
I 36th. I barely qualified. I almost had to go to the LCQ.
Just because ruts and, again, big jumps. You're trying to figure out.
Huge jumps.
Yeah.
I'd say just nerves.
Yeah.
I got really nervous that weekend.
Understandable.
That's my favorite track, though, I'd say, on the
Oh,
circuit.
really?
Yeah.
I never got to race it. Looks cool.
That track's sick. It's a lot like Loretta's, but open, more open. The dirt's really similar to Loretta's, but you don't have the weather usually.
Yeah.
Usually. But
It looks like the dirt looks really sticky, like really good traction. Is it that
that's
way?
why I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're used to hard pack slick out here. Once I get on some traction, it's awesome.
Okay, so the following year, so you finish that up. You're going into 23. What was your deal with Husky? Like, do you remember what the plan was? Was it to still race amateur A?
This is during my A year, is what you're saying?
So you jumped in and did these pro rounds in 22, right? Then we're going into 23 because you did the SX Futures at Anaheim, which we'll cover. But like then you got pulled up to Supercross, and I remember maybe somebody got hurt or there was something.
It was Jalik.
It was Jalik?
Yeah.
And so you guys decided to jump in and race. But I'm wondering, because you did the Futures, was the plan originally to stay amateur A that year?
Yeah, the plan was to stay that whole year as amateur.
Okay.
It was second year of A.
Okay, so this is my Seat Concepts hot seat question, which we do every show. If you guys need a seat cover, full seat, anything, comfort seat, whatever you need, go to Seat Concepts. Guys are studs over there. You got a podium at Anaheim at your very first Futures race, right? That had to feel amazing, first of all. So talk about that. Angel Stadium. I mean, this didn't exist until, a handful of years ago. These Futures events, which I think are great, by the way. You know, you're an amateur kid just kind of turning pro, and now you're standing in Anaheim Stadium on the podium.
That was a crazy feeling.
Which is your hometown race.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you, it definitely was a little bittersweet because I fell the last lap, should have got second.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that.
Yeah, so literally fell the last lap, picked it up, got third still. But other than that, that was awesome.
Who won that one?
Who was? I know Casey got second, Cochran. Oh, Daxton, Bennick. I'm pretty sure Dax won it.
Okay.
But that was awesome. Like an experience in itself. I had prior experience in the stadium with the Monster Cups when I was on Super Minis, but that didn't take away from it. Like
still, it's Anaheim, dude. Like Anaheim's such a iconic place.
Yeah, and I grew up going there. I'd go there with the Deacons. We'd be on the floor, like watching the races, like, and just memories of that. And then now I'm on the gate.
Yeah,
crazy,
like
wild experience. I'll tell you that.
I have like these flashes of like sitting on the line and just looking around and going, this is a trip.
Mm-hmm. You always look up at the crowd.
Yeah.
You see the waterfall.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. It's weird being on the floor. I'll tell you that.
It's totally different. I wish everybody could experience it. I wish the fans could come down and walk the track after the main or something. I wish they'd let people do that.
I think they need to.
They don't, because I just don't think they understand. Or maybe before the races, I don't know, at some point, because I know that's a logistical nightmare, so I get it. But, the stuff looks so easy from the stands, right? It looks so easy, and you're just like, why isn't that guy quadding that? It's right there.
That's where
look.
That's where the couch racing comes in.
Totally. Yeah.
But I think after the races would be cool, just because, dude, those whoops.
Oh.
And then on the East Coast races, my first year of pro was East Coast, so everything's beat up. The dirt's soft. The ruts. The whoops are pretty much gone.
Yeah.
At some races,
it's like a cow trail right through the.
Yeah, you're
line.
going through a corner, rut, up the lip, rut, land in a rut, through a rut.
Yeah.
And there's 30 of them.
Okay, so this is kind of my question, like something I really wanted to hit on is you got pulled up. You made the decision after Anaheim, and obviously you rode great at Anaheim. Like they're probably going, hey, dude, he looks ready. We need a guy. Let's pull him up. Was there any discussion about that and your decision to do it? Like I wonder if had you stayed amateur A for that year, like would you have kind of prepared yourself better to jump up? It's a big leap.
There was a lot of talks about it.
Yeah.
But as a kid, I'm like, hell yeah, I want to go pro.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? But yeah, I definitely talked with Nate Ramsey about it a lot. And he's like, are you sure? Like, made certain that I wanted to. And I'm just like, hell yeah, I want to go pro. Like, any kid's going to say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't something that like I got thrown into. But
so they didn't push you. You wanted to do
I was pushing for it.
If you could go back and remake that decision, what would you do?
I wouldn't change it.
Really?
Obviously, I wasn't completely ready. My first time riding Supercross on a big bike was like 2 months prior to that race.
Right.
3 months. So I just started on Supercross.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's the only – because after you got this podium, I remember, like, being pumped for you when I heard you got the deal, and I was like, all right, let's go. And, like, you know, your results were – you were making mains and stuff, but that's a huge jump. And you went East Coast. We've already talked about we aren't like rut masters out here or mud, and you get mud and you get ruts.
Yeah.
Every race is rutted, I believe, except maybe –
there's like maybe one.
Maybe Houston doesn't have as many. I mean,
and that was my first race.
So to go from I've never really raced Supercross to I'm going to the East Coast as a California kid, like it's a huge leap.
No, it was a huge jump, but I'll tell you, I wouldn't change it.
Okay.
I wouldn't change my path for anything because it led me here.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I don't know.
To be where I'm at.
I'm just curious the thought process, because to me I was kind of like, damn it, I wonder if he'd have done amateur that year. Done, you know, was there 3 futures races?
Yeah, I want to say 3.
So you knock those out. Maybe you win one. You're in the mix.
Loretta's.
Go back to Loretta's. You know, maybe you win a Loretta's, and you've just got a little more confidence, a little more experience, and then you hit it hard in 24.
No, I agree. There's always the thought like, okay, what could I have been if I did an extra year? But
and maybe it goes worse though. Maybe there's no saying
injuries.
Yeah. There's no saying what's right or wrong. There's a lot of people making that choice. Cole Timbo is kind of in that boat right now, and they decided to go racing pro this summer, and it's hard. Pro racing's hard, dude.
Yeah.
He could have probably stayed amateur and cleaned house, and he bumped up. They're on a good team. The BarX Toyota Redlands Yamaha team is awesome, and he's doing good. But I just told his dad, I said, hey, dude, just don't let him get discouraged, because you go from winning and being the guy to you're getting 18ths, and you start to just go, oh, I guess I'm an 18th place guy. And it's like, no. You're just learning, dude. Like, this is part of that process. But it's hard not to get discouraged.
Totally. But at that point, my dad was really good at talking to me about this. You got to remember, you're racing against guys that are like 30 years old.
Totally.
In the 250 class. There's guys that have been in this class. Yeah, there's the Haydens who've only been in for a few years, but
they're exceptions to the rule.
Just be like, okay, there's that, but then there's the guys who have been here. There's guys that aren't qualifying that have been racing for years that aren't qualifying for the night I don't even know what to call it, the day show.
The day show, yeah.
So there's no like set path on where you should be. It's understanding and realizing that there's guys that have been here for longer. There's guys who have been here for shorter. So
yeah.
There's no path.
It's what's right for you.
Yeah.
I just was curious. I just wanted to ask about that. Sorry, let's jump into the rest of that season.
I want to say something though.
Oh, go say something.
Don't get discouraged, Cole. You're ripping.
Yeah. No, he's crushing it.
Yeah.
I think that kid's going to be really good.
Yeah.
He's built for it. He's got a great family.
Good kid. I haven't talked to him much, but seems solid.
Seems awesome. And like his tech, like he's really good. But it's like when you watch a kid that good that has everything. He's got all the puzzle pieces, right? He just has to kind of put them together and give himself some time. I told his dad, I was like, just don't let him get discouraged. He's fine. He's doing fine. Just learn. Just absorb and watch guys. But it's just hard not to let that beat your confidence up a little bit. And so
it did with me.
It's hard not to. How does it
really
not,
hard not to. And then there will be a guy that you usually beat, and he'll beat you one race. So then there's that added pressure. So, I mean, but confidence is everything in this sport.
And that's the hard part, like a lot of, when I ask you about that and say, maybe would you think a year staying back a year would have helped you? It's just to build your confidence to where like you kind of become, you're the guy. You'd have been one of the guys, you and Cochran that year probably, because he didn't move up that year, right?
No.
The next year. So like you guys would have been battling, but you would have built your confidence up so that going into pro, you're a little more puffed up, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's a hard balance because, like you said, maybe it doesn't go well, and then maybe you lose your ride. Like it could go 100 different ways.
Totally. And I was gonna take that chance to go pro anytime I could, just take it and run with it.
That's the thing, right? It's just so hard. Unless you could get Husky to go, all right, look, I want to stay down, but give me a 2-year deal.
Yeah. Oh, that's the dream right there.
Yeah. Doesn't always work that way.
Nah.
Okay. So we talked a little bit about the difference between Anaheim at the Futures and then going to that first round at Houston. Or I guess we didn't. Talk about that a little bit. You know, you're here, you get a podium, you're top of the world. Well, pretty close. You go to Houston. Tell me about that opening round of pro racing and what was different.
I'd say everything was different. The added pressure, obviously everybody says, oh, it's a learning year, but I'm going in with no contract the next year. Nothing's guaranteed. So there is a lot of added pressure. Even if you say, oh, it's your first race, you're good. Just take it, learning.
Oh, you didn't have a deal the next year?
No.
Yeah.
No.
People don't realize, like, this is why I got into the fire service, was because I'm so tired of racing for my life.
Yeah.
You know, like every year going, oh, man, I got to get out there. Even if I'm
ride.
hurt, I got to get a ride. I just wanted some stability, you know, something I love to do also, but just stability. I crave that so bad after a career in this sport.
Absolutely. Because
unless you're Jed or Hayden, you know, you're on the chopping block.
Nothing's guaranteed.
Nothing's guaranteed.
And even if they say it's guaranteed, it's still not.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
But yeah, there's always going to be pressure no matter what when you're in a pro race. So I guess dealing with that was hard. I'll say the most memorable thing from that race was Cody's shock hitting the over and under. Do you remember that?
I don't remember it.
So it was after the finish, and you go through under the over and under.
Okay.
And I don't know, he came together with his teammate or something, and then just
went into the wall?
Yes, straight into it. I was right behind them and was watching it.
Oh man, I have to go back and watch. I don't remember that.
So that was a big wake up call. I think that was in the heat. I'm like, oh my God, this is war.
Yeah.
Dang.
Dang.
That was the most memorable thing. I'd say the whoops were fucking massive.
Yeah.
Huge.
Like
long set too.
Eye opener. Like you hadn't seen anything like that before, even at the test tracks and stuff.
Not at the test tracks. I'd say just different in how cupped and chewed they get at the races.
Yeah.
Huge eye opener.
Everybody's fast too, right? I mean, by the time you get to the night show, there's no turds out there.
No. And I remember I was really good at starts that year.
Okay.
I just get freight trained after getting the start.
Nice.
And hard not to get discouraged, but
NASCAR.
Yeah. Like, I'm going fast again.
I don't know if they were. I guess I don't know this for any of the guys. Like, are they? When you're racing futures, is that a full pro race bike or is it still like an amateur spec?
That's an amateur bike.
Oh, it still is.
Yeah. Yeah, I was racing an amateur bike.
Pull it a little closer. There you go. You okay?
Yeah, okay. I'm good. I just a little tickle in my throat. That was allergies.
So you're adjusting to a bike, your first Supercross, East Coast dirt, pressure. I mean, like it's a lot, dude.
Oh yeah, completely different than what I'm used to. I wasn't very good on Supercross to begin with because I hadn't had much time on it. So then going to the East Coast, I'd say looking back now, I actually like the East Coast better.
Oh really?
In a weird way.
Okay.
I'm used to hard packed slick dirt, but I don't like it with Supercross suspension. I'll tell you that. You know, it's just it's slick times 10.
Yeah.
Because of the stiff suspension.
No grip.
No grip anywhere. So I'd say I actually like, besides places like Indianapolis, that gnarly.
Yeah.
Where there's just no whoops.
It's literally you jump out of a rut and land in a rut. It's just a rut around the whole track.
One rut. You're just like, rut. Yeah.
It's hard to be good at that if you don't grow up that way.
Yeah. So places like that were really hard for me. But like the outdoor, like Georgia, Atlanta Motor Speedway, that place was sick. Daytona. I like Daytona. Very gnarly. But I'd say just the grip was really hard to get used to with the Supercross suspension. No traction.
For sure. And that's a weird hybrid anyway of like you're kind of Supercross suspension but softened way up. Well, anyway, so you had pretty good results. 8th in Atlanta. I mean, you know, you're in the teens, a lot of 13, 15s.
Yeah.
What about So what was the feedback after that year of Supercross? Like, what's Nate telling you? What's Scuba telling you? Or whoever was Nate? Was Nate the manager at that point? Yeah, he would have been, right?
I think he was.
Yeah.
The feedback was good. It's just it was always every weekend, just keep building, keep building, keep learning. I was at a baker's factory at the time. I had to have been. But yeah, I was never talking to them about the future because I was just trying to focus on each race individually at a time.
Yeah.
You can't focus on the future.
No.
But and it has to be in the back of your mind at the same time in this sport.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
If you stress about the future,
it's too late.
Yeah, exactly.
Supercross is obviously all new for you. As we're going into the outdoors of 23, were you thinking to yourself like, okay, I've done a few nationals, I kind of know what to expect. I've grown up racing motocross. Like, were you thinking I'll be more comfortable here, or what was the mindset going into nationals?
Yeah, I'd say I definitely felt more comfortable just getting. The main part was getting the tracks under my belt, all the tracks on the circuit.
Yeah.
Which I hadn't, but I rode a lot of tracks that I hadn't ridden before.
Yeah.
Like there was both of them, Spring Creek and Ironman.
Yeah.
So that was two of them, but I'd say the hardest part my first year of pro or for any race was my first time being there.
Yeah. Man, I swear, maybe I'm just thinking of Supercross where you get a free practice.
Mm-hmm. That's
I'm
Supercross.
tripping out that you guys in nationals are just like, all right, go.
Yeah.
Go as fast as you can go
You
right
got
now.
one lap.
That's insane.
Sometimes half
insane.
a lap, 3/4, whatever
They ought to at least like give you 5 minutes, give you a couple of laps before they turn the clock on, and I don't know, it's wild. I know the schedule's tight on race day, but that's wild. So how did it go?
Which race?
It's funny because for the summer, for nationals of 23, your results kind of looked similar to Supercross, but you got to remember this competition's doubled.
It's doubled.
So you were actually doing better, you know. So what stands out from that summer?
Trying to think. I'd say just a lot of brutal weekends back to back. Southwick was heavy. I will tell you that.
Yeah. Talk about, you did good there. You got 11th.
I think that was my best finish of the year, right?
Washougal, you were 11th as well. And at the SMX final, you were 11th. So,
that was awesome.
Talk about Southwick, dude. I don't know how you put it into words for people. I remember leaving there, and I used to catch a Sunday night flight out.
Me too.
And I'd be on the plane just cramping, and my back is like just in knots, and my butt's raw from the sand, and you're just wrecked. Like the whole next week for me was like a light week.
Because you guys would race Sundays, right?
Yeah.
So I catch the red eye Saturday night usually.
Okay.
That after that race is the most sore you're ever gonna be, at least for me.
Yeah.
I was the most sore I've ever been.
Yeah, you feel like you got run over by a truck or something. It's crazy. At least, and maybe the guys, if they have heavy sand tracks, they can ride often. But like out here, I was going to Yucca Valley to try to find a sand track that was even similar,
And it's not going to be close.
It's not the same, and so it's really hard to duplicate it to prep for it. So yeah, it just beats the hell out of you.
Yeah, I'll tell you that definitely was the hardest one on my body.
Yeah.
Hardest race, but I did the best. That was one of my best finishes, but man, I wasn't prepared for that one.
So anything that stands out from that summer, high or low, or just weird?
I'd say just the whole schedule of it, going to the race, flying back, training at Alden's, getting right back into it, flying out that Thursday or Friday, back to the race. I guess just the repetition of it was hard. It was really hard.
Okay, so two things. First of all, did you notice I guess it's hard to say if you didn't do it both ways, but staying at Alden's, you get used to the humidity. And then when you go to the races, it just feels cooler because you're not as far south.
Yeah, I'll definitely say that, but you get a little more tired at the races no matter what.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe it's the nerves.
Of course.
You're pushing hard.
You're not going to duplicate the intensity. But coming from California where it's dry and then trying to fly to Southwick when it's humid or Redbud or wherever, it's gnarly. So I think that's a huge advantage.
Yeah, and then we got the time change too.
And the time change.
3-hour time change.
Okay, so I want to know, I get so many people, I get into arguments. I know I shouldn't do this. I get into Instagram fights with people when a rider will say something like, oh, dude, the schedule is just so gnarly. I'm doing so many races and we need more days off. We need more weekends off. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, you pussies. You guys, all you do is ride a dirt bike for a living. You're making all this money. Chicks are like, you guys have it so easy. I go to construction and I swing a hammer all week. And I'm like, yeah, and that's hard work, dude. And thank you for doing it. I'm not taking away from, manual labor jobs or whatever that's difficult. I get it.
Yeah.
You don't understand.
No.
You don't understand the pressure. You don't understand that a bad day or a mistake or a mental lapse and you're in the hospital.
Yeah.
You know, you don't understand grinding day after day, moto after moto, and the pressure and they just don't get it. Like I don't know how to make them understand. They're just like, you're just riding a dirt bike. I pay to go ride a dirt bike. And it's like, I know, but it's just not the same.
No, it's
unless you've done it, you just don't know how freaking hard it is.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people, like you said, that'll downplay it. Like, oh, I go work 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. But that's, like you said, it's hard in itself. That's gnarly. But there's not, like you said, there's a lot of couch racers. You can't mimic that if you're not in it.
You can't.
It's impossible. It is hard to get through to people too, because even in high school, I had people telling me, "Oh, you're just riding a dirt bike. You just twist the throttle." So a lot of people think like that you're literally just twisting the throttle and sitting on a bike and it's doing it for you.
But even guys who race motocross, who understand how physically demanding it is, they'll say, as a pro racer, you don't even know what hard work is. And I just go, dude, okay, all right.
Guess I'm a puss then.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
If that's the case.
Anyway, so it's not that way, huh? It's not just easy peasy, life's gravy, money and hoes and boats and everything.
No, and then they'll tell you, like, oh, you're flying to the races. Yeah, but you're flying in, you're getting straight back on a spin bike. You're on a spin bike 7 days a week. You're riding 3 to 4 days a week. You fly out, race on the weekend. Race day is the gnarliest day of your life every weekend. You're going to war pretty much.
And 365 days of knowing that, like, my job is on the line. If I don't produce X results, I'm going to get fired.
Yeah, the added stress.
Yeah.
The practice days, you have a shitty practice day. Everybody lets you know it's a bad day.
Yeah, you're literally on, these days especially, you're on a stopwatch every day.
Every day.
Hey, what's wrong, dude? You're you're a second off.
Yeah, what's up? What'd you do? Yeah, I know. That's just part of it, though. Everybody wants to get better, so lap times matter.
Yeah, we should make a shirt.
Lap times matter.
LTM. I'm gonna start a movement. Okay, so let's go into 2024. So finish that season. Oh, tell me about something I legitimately don't know about is the SMX playoffs and finals. What was that like? That
was awesome.
Really?
So, I'd say the first two were a little bit.
This was it Charlotte and then Chicago?
And then
LA. Yeah, that was it. Okay.
So I can speak for LA. That was the sickest race ever.
Really?
I did really good there too, so I'm a little biased. Well, decently good.
Yeah.
It was 11th, but it was combined.
What was cool about it?
Being in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
So I feel like the area of it was cool.
Yeah.
I haven't been to LA much. Even I live an hour from it, but I haven't been there much growing up.
Well, yeah, you don't really go to LA.
No.
I know. Yeah, we're an hour and 10 minutes from it.
Yeah.
It's like you just don't go there.
No, exactly. But I feel like it's the playoffs, it's everything, and then the place it was at was awesome. The other two, it was Charlotte and where's the other place?
Chicago, I believe.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Those were cool. I think it was definitely the hardest part was getting a suspension set up.
Yeah. They looked weird to me, especially Charlotte.
Charlotte was weird, really fast.
Really fast.
And then just acceleration bumps, your bike's not liking it.
Yeah, and I feel like they had that one rhythm lane that was super technical.
Mm-hmm. The rest was open.
Yeah, if they would have just chilled that out a little bit, you could have run like outdoor stuff, firmed up a touch and been better. But it's like you can't run outdoor stuff on a rhythm line like that where you had to triple. You know what I mean? You're like pressing into the faces to get over stuff.
Yeah.
They kind of put you in a bad position where you couldn't have a good setting.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the intention.
It definitely felt that way.
Yeah.
It's hard. I think the second year was good, like this last year of them doing it. I know the second round was really hard packed though. I forgot. I think it was Georgia. Wait, Atlanta? I'm not sure where it was at.
Anyway.
But super hard packed. I think it's really hard to find a suspension setup. That's really my only takeaway from it. Because suspension's almost everything in Supercross outdoors. Like, it's huge.
Yeah, and it's almost like it adds in a setup as a bigger factor than normal. If a guy happens to hit a setting that works, it's a huge advantage at those SMX rounds.
Because everybody's scrambling. Yeah. Everybody goes to the race. They have no idea what they're going to run. The factory teams will bring a set of Supercross. They'll bring a set of outdoors.
Maybe a Daytona
sometimes
setting.
like a hybrid. Yeah. And they're just like, but then the privateer guys are just like, I guess we're running Supercross.
I turn my clickers in. And
That's all you can do.
Not Vegas. Well, Vegas. Yeah, Vegas was more of a hybrid last year, but at least LA, that was like Supercross, right? It was just no whoops.
It was just like, it was literally
so you did run a Supercross setting and be fine. But, last year, Vegas even, that was a weird hybrid.
But you needed Supercross stuff.
Yeah, they always have something where you're like, I need it to be firm.
Yeah, I think there was like an on-off quad or something. It was like,
there was that one. Yeah, you'd make a 90 right, and then it was like a
3 quad or something. Yeah, something like that.
Can't do that with outdoor stuff.
Absolutely
safely.
No.
Yeah. But those are interesting. But did you like them? You thought they were?
I really liked the LA one. I'd say the rest of them were okay. The Vegas one was cool too. So I think I like the final ones. Those two, but the other ones I wasn't really a fan of.
Okay.
As
a fan, I think it's cool to watch. I love the concept of the playoffs and all that stuff. Actually enjoy it, but I think as a racer, it'd be really frustrating. You spend all this time and energy getting a setup, and then they throw in these races where you're like, what do you want me to do here? Like,
it's a coin toss.
So now do the teams have to go, okay, let's go build this hybrid track and try to come up with a setting that works on that kind of track,
Which is cool. We did that at Baker's. We had like a little hybrid track. Yeah. It was cool. We had the sand track and then incorporated some of the Supercross track. But I mean, the first 2 years of it getting going, it's everybody's scrambling.
Yeah.
You don't know what to expect, especially the first year. We had no idea what to expect.
Yeah, and I want to say, wasn't that when Jet and Hunter both didn't do great? They sucked at that race.
Was it the last one?
It was the very first.
The first one?
Yeah. Maybe I'm messing that up, but I think so. I think it was Charlotte of that year, and they both struggled bad, which is understandable.
Yeah, some people don't know, but suspension setup's huge.
Huge. Yeah. Okay, 24. Let's get into that. End of this season, what was the feedback? And you obviously got another year with Husky.
No, I went to.
Oh, you went to AEO. That's right. Okay. So Husky, what happened there? How did that switch happen?
It was a fairly easy switch. Obviously it sucked not getting a factory ride again, but AEO was in talks with Husky, with Nate Ramsey, and they thought it was going to be a good fit for me just to switch on over.
Yeah.
So really
same
close.
bike,
same
motors. Don't they do the engine program?
Yeah. My motors were in house. So it wasn't that bad of a switch. In Temecula, it's right here. They're both right here.
Yeah.
So,
just went to orange instead of white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very similar.
And you still were able to ride the KTM Husky track?
Yeah, not as often. It was harder to get up there for sure, on the test track, but I was able to get up there.
Okay.
And train.
So what was and you did West. So were you excited about that? I mean, tell me your thoughts going into 24.
I was definitely excited for West because I wasn't going to have to deal with that time change and go so far for every race.
And
I was out here
living at home. Were you? Talk a little bit about the Baker's Factory deal. I've been down there. The tracks are like the one track I rode. The outdoor track was gnarly.
So the main outdoor track.
I think it was the main one.
Or you would know if it was the sand track.
Well, it was sandy, dude. It was like it was hard to ride. I'm like, I feel like a novice.
Yeah, it's slick.
Yeah, just I don't know. I felt like I was pumped to go down there and just like I was gonna moto until I was exhausted, right? And I just felt like such an idiot out there. I don't know what it was. Just couldn't get comfortable. Ruts in the faces, all the jumps, and I don't know, man. It was really tough for me, and I'm like,
me too.
This would take some getting used to.
No, my first day I KO'd myself out there.
Did you?
Yeah.
I can see how. It was just, I don't know what it is about the dirt. It was because it was like sandy, loamy, but hard underneath. And
the base is a little hard.
Man.
kind of on ice skates.
Yeah.
But it's good dirt. Like, it's just hard to get used to.
You just got to get used to it.
Once you get used to it, it's fun. It's
so
awesome.
Talk about that experience down at Baker's Factory. Was that good for you, do you think?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
It taught me so much discipline with myself. That's the biggest thing that I'll take away from it, is every day you know what you're doing. You have the schedule for the week. No one's telling you to do it. You just you're doing it. Like, it's just an unsaid thing.
Oh, really? Alden, he's not out there, or whoever overseeing
it was
it?
So Brownie. It was
Yeah.
Brownie overseeing it, but it's got to the point where you felt like shit if you didn't do it.
Yeah, right.
Like, you kind of hold yourself accountable, which...
Well, when you have a whole
huge.
team of guys, it's like everyone's doing it. If you don't, you're...
Yeah, and everybody has... Yeah, that's another thing, is if one guy's not doing it, everybody's like, oh, this guy isn't doing it.
Yeah.
So it gives you more of a reason to do it. But, I mean, that's the biggest thing I learned, was the discipline. It was awesome riding with guys like Dino the first year, Jalik, Styles, Daxton was out there with us. We had a really good group, Voland, like a really solid group of 250 guys, and then we'd get paired up with the 450 guys. And it's just an experience in itself. It's like Paula, but condensed. Like, there's all the pros out at Paula. It's condensed to just those guys, and there's the lines, like the race lines, the gnarly tracks. You've been to the place? It looks like a golf course.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Always freshly mowed. Like the place just looks like an insane compound.
Would he groom the track, or he'd leave it rough and just throw water down?
No, he grooms the track. Some days it'd be left rough, and then we'd go do motos on it. But the track was always in primo condition. So there's that. Just felt spoiled out there.
Yeah. So those are the kind of things, dude, like when you talked about, like you learn discipline, holding yourself accountable. You see what it takes to succeed at the very, very highest level. Those are the kind of things that you can take and apply that to whatever you're going to do.
Absolutely.
Like, we'll talk about what you got coming next.
Yeah.
But,
no, absolutely. I'll take away that discipline for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So it didn't teach me just in moto. It's life stuff too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Let's pause right here before we jump into 2024. Let's take a break. This is your Chorley Designs timeout. Stick around, guys. More T-Hawk when we get back. In the motocross graphics game, customization is key. TBD MX can bring any of your design concepts to life. Simply fill out a design request and they will email you a concept for approval. TBD MX also has a showroom full of designs to choose from on their site. Whether you just want number plate backgrounds or a fully custom kit, the TBD MX crew has you covered. Visit tbdmx.com today and get the look you want.
Dunlop. There is a reason every AMA championship in the past decade was won on Dunlop tires. They are the best. Choose the best performing tire and a brand that has never wavered in their support of our sport. Choose Dunlop. Pro Circuit. Pro Circuit products are designed with one goal in mind: winning. Through passion and hard work, Pro Circuit has operated the most successful 250 team in the history of the sport. They use that same formula when developing exhaust, engine, and suspension parts for every brand. When only the highest level of performance is acceptable, trust Pro Circuit.
At Seat Concepts, our handcrafted seats are made in America. Visit us online or call today. Seat Concepts. Ride the world with us.
Something from nothing. That's what Nihilo Concepts is about. It starts with a spark, an idea, a concept, which leads to a design, and finishes with engineered excellence with the highest quality products created with durability in mind. All our products are made in the USA at our state-of-the-art facility in Stuart, Florida. Whether you are a weekend warrior, ride for fun, or at the highest level of competition, Nihilo Concepts offers innovative titanium, aluminum, and carbon fiber parts for your dirt bike. We offer a wide variety of products that you can customize to your liking. Browse our site for foot pegs, brake tips, engine components, specialty tools, frame grip tape, lever grips, carbon fiber components, motor stands, our secondary on-switch, plus much more. Head to NihiloConcepts.com and see for yourself why factory teams like Red Bull KTM, Rockstar Husqvarna, Troy Lee Designs Gas, Orange Brigade, Club MX, KLM Gas, and some of the fastest riders in the world choose Nihilo Concepts.
The inspiration for Element, interestingly, was from working with my coaches. I sat down with those guys. I'm like, hey, here's what I'm doing. What should I do? And they looked at everything and they were like, you need more electrolytes, specifically sodium. And like most people do when they have a coach, I ignored what their advice was. You're kind of like, well, I salt my food, I'm probably good. And it took me at least a year to finally listen to these guys and do what they asked me to do. And it was just a switch flip.
He had such a hard time eating the way that he felt the best, but also performing well in the sport that he loves. That was the idea that kind of started this whole thing.
Not just water, but what comes with it. 95% of the issues people have while eating whole foods is resolved with correctly managing electrolytes.
The common perception around salt has been misguided based on what we now know about the latest clinical data, and certainly we're consuming far too much sugar.
We're drowning in sugar in this country. I would love Element to be a part of that change in helping people to be healthy and fuel their performance without the sugar and the side effects of that.
We have a pretty simple mission: restore health through hydration.
It was just so obvious that this was the critical missing piece to the story. Getting the electrolytes correct, in particular the sodium. There's really a legitimate need here to help people make this easier so that then they can go on to succeed in these important diet and lifestyle changes. And it's ironic that this salt piece was like the linchpin, the keystone to making all the rest of that work.
Arc levers are the most durable and reliable on the market. They have the most premier class championships of any aftermarket lever. Arc is the only ratio adjustable folding lever on the planet, and their patented design is precision machined in-house right here in the USA. The occasional tip over on the bike is inevitable. Broken levers? Those are optional. Visit arclevers.com today. Toyota has become synonymous with reliability, and for good reason. Toyota vehicles are consistently rated #1 by Consumer Reports and in customer satisfaction. Partner that with a dealership that wholeheartedly supports the motocross community, and it's crystal clear where you should buy your next car or truck: Toyota of Redlands. As a major partner of the BarX Yamaha racing team, as well as personal sponsor of many factory racers and a premier partner of the Whiskey Throttle Show, Toyota of Redlands is heavily invested in moto. Check out all the new and used Tundras, Tacomas, and other vehicles at Toyota of Redlands today. Reliability, performance, and customer service. Get it all at Toyota of Redlands. All right, welcome back to the Whiskey Throttle Show. That was your Troy Lee Designs timeout. Get over to TLD and check out everything they got going on. All new gears coming out. We've got helmet paint. We've got mountain bike gear. New helmet, new SE5. Whew, she's a beauty. Safe. Very, very good helmet. Check them out. Kid sizes, adult sizes, which is really important. So those guys are awesome. Love having Troy Lee part of our program. T-Hawk, let's get back to it, dude. 24. So you go to AEO. We were talking a little bit about the bikes there. Pretty close. Same motors, but maybe a couple little things not quite the same. Missing. Didn't get the factory ignitions. A couple little things. But still pretty good program. Great guys over there at AEO. How are you feeling coming into that season? Now you got a whole year under your belt. You know, were you feeling like at least you know what to expect? You know all the tracks. And you did make every single round, which is an accomplishment. Most guys don't.
Yeah, and even the year before, I made pretty much every round of the Supercross and outdoors, I want to say. But definitely going into my second year, it was a huge confidence booster. I felt a lot better going into it just because, like you said, I knew the tracks. I kind of knew what to expect with qualifying and everything. It was a confidence booster. I was ready.
Yeah.
I was at home, so I was living back at home. I wasn't in Florida. A little bit, something that I was more used to. Temecula, riding the public tracks, which training on the public tracks kind of sucks at sometimes, but it's what I was used to.
Yeah.
So I felt good going into that next year.
All right, so let's kick it off. Anaheim, tell me about that Supercross season.
Supercross season started off a little rough. I'll definitely say that. I definitely knocked my head pretty silly at one of them. I think it was A2.
Yeah.
I want to say that. Knocked my head pretty good in the whoops. That was the hardest part for me with Supercross is learning the whoops, which I'm sure most people, it's the same way.
They're tough, dude. I mean, it's something you never do as an amateur, and it's like this skill that you have to master the technique of it, and then even once you understand how to do it at speed
and commit every lap for 15 minutes plus a lap. And the heat race is like it's a commitment for sure. To come in the speed that you need to come in is hard because it's all commitment. You're just praying that your bike handles it perfect. You hit the first whoop good. You drop your front on the right. Like you've got the experience. You know what it feels like to hit them right. It's just replicating it every single lap. That's the hard part.
Well, and they change. That's the really tricky part. Is lap after lap. Literally, the line you're in will start to deteriorate, and then mid race, you're like, okay, this isn't working. I've got to move.
Switch.
Yeah, okay, next lap I've got to go left a little bit or go to the right,
I struggled with that, was moving lines in the whoops. Once I got a line good and I was hitting it good, I liked to stay there. But then I'd start getting out of control and I'd have to move.
Yeah, it's brutal. And then at a point, sometimes you're like, okay, skimming isn't working. I need to jump.
Yep.
But I haven't jumped through them yet because they were too big. Now they're
peaky.
wearing out. So I'm just going to let me see if I can triple, you know. There's a lot of that people don't see. I remember I was watching, in the heat race, you'll be skimming because they're fresh. Then you'd go up and you'd watch all the other qualifying and stuff. And then when you go out for your parade lap, you'd see they're just totally different. They're completely chewed up. And you're like, okay, I could wheelie the first one and then jump three. And you're just on this parade lap stopping and trying to figure out what you think you're going to do.
Yeah.
And just execute it on the first lap.
And then during the race, it's completely different.
It'll change.
Every lap. It's tough. I'd say the whoops were the hardest part, but that's mainly what I was working on the whole Supercross season of that year.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Yeah, we built a KTM one year. We built just an oval. And I think Star has one of these.
They do.
Just whoops, 180, whoops. And you just do laps around this thing.
The Triumph place has it too. I'm not sure if they still do. But I went out there and trained with Jalik for a little bit. Last year when I was on the AEO bike. Went out there and trained with him. They have the whoop track. It's kind of a necessity.
I mean,
it's definitely
it's just so important, but it also, I think, where a lot of crashes happen. So, man, it's like, it's a tough, it isn't like, okay, I need to get my fitness up. I'm just going to grind laps and on a motocross track. You make a big mistake and screw up, you're going to land on your head. And so you don't want to get hurt, but it's like, you also need to get better at it. So
I've had
quality over quantity,
Yeah, I've had my fair share of weeding it in the whoops. That's for sure. Test track, races, practicing.
Yeah.
Like
a big part of it too is setup. If your setup isn't right, like you can get a bike to be killer through the whoops, but then it doesn't really want to turn.
Does not turn.
You get a really stiff fork, kind of a little choppered out. Well, you can crush it in the whoops, but then you go to turn afterwards.
It's a boat in the whoops.
It's a boat.
Or not a boat in the corners, yeah.
So, these are the things, again, like a lot of people don't maybe understand the nuances of it, but it's all a balancing act. Like, okay, this setup kills in the whoops, but I can't corner. Okay, this one corners, but I literally cannot go through the whoops if your front's too soft or too low. So you got to find that sweet spot where you can do everything pretty well, but like, what's important to you? Like for me, I had to always shorter legs. So whoops were,
you need to set up for the
tricky.
whoops.
I had to kind of go towards the whoops and then just do the best through the turn, try to make it work. But
You want to know what's so funny? I wasn't very good at whoops because I just started out in Supercross, and I've always kind of struggled in my corners with the ruts. So how do you balance that out? Can't do whoops, can't do corners. Definitely struggled a little bit there.
go race a dirt track. Yeah, no, it's a hard sport, dude. That's all I can tell you. I get it. All right, so go through these rounds. Was 10th in St. Louis. Oh, wait, let's see. St. Louis was west? Doesn't make any sense. What about Seattle? Was it muddy ruddy that year?
I gotta show you guys a picture.
Okay.
So yeah, it was very muddy.
That's the ruddiest race I've ever been to in my life. Was
Really?
one round at Seattle. It was in the Kingdom again, back in the 1900s. I think it was 97, maybe 98. I don't know. It was. I've never seen anything like it. So.
It was definitely muddy in the morning. I want to say for the race it was pretty good.
Okay.
Like the night race, but qualifying first lap, I tucked the front right after the finish and just in the mud, all muddy.
Brown.
Literally
Top to bottom.
off the start, did like a quarter of a lap, hit the finish to start my first lap, tucked front. It was like a flat corner and just tucked it.
And you're splashing in the puddle.
Yeah. I'm completely muddy. It's first practice. So, yeah, I'm not very good at mud. But it was a fun track. I'd say the layout's good. The dirt was tough because it was muddy in the morning. But race time came out, it was pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Any rounds that stood out for you that year that you in Supercross?
Let me look through the.
Your best was at Denver. You got a 9th in Denver.
Okay.
And was Denver the last round? Wasn't there a final in Salt Lake? Did you miss Salt Lake?
Oh, yeah, I had to miss Salt Lake. I hurt my ankle.
Oh, okay.
So I did miss Salt Lake. It was literally our last week of training and just went through a corner, tucked the front, and landed on my ankle, and it just went completely backwards.
Ugh.
Completely backwards. I had problems with it all through outdoors.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So that's why I had to miss that race. I think I missed like 3 races of
three
general of my 2 year, like those 2 years of racing.
Gotcha. Yeah, you were really durable.
It's probably like 2 races I missed.
Yeah. So what about the Nationals then?
Started off slow. I feel like both years of pro, I feel like I started off kind of slow. The heat was tough. Going back to Southwick was tough.
So this was my question, like, because I guess you did do this. You stayed in the East Coast 1 year, got kind of you're used to humidity, easy travel schedule, and when you come out here, and now you're flying 4 hours every weekend back and forth, you're going from 10% humidity to 95% humidity. It's brutal. Like for me, that was always the hardest thing was the humidity. I couldn't stop sweating. I couldn't keep enough fluids and electrolytes in. Wish I had Element back then. That would have helped me a lot. That was a struggle, dude. Like I felt like my fitness was good. I couldn't deal with the heat. The humidity would just melt me down.
Okay.
Were you got to feel both? Like, was it way harder from California?
I'd say the main thing I struggled with wasn't really the humidity. Obviously, it sucks, and you're sweating. It is hard to keep stuff down. But I feel like every race that was like that for me.
Even when you were living in Florida?
Even when I was living in Florida. Okay. It's hard to keep stuff down. Keep your fluids down with such a short break in between the motos. But I'd say the time change really got me. I'm bad with my sleep. Like if I don't get a right amount of sleep, I don't function very well.
Well, yeah, because from here, you'd fly back, and let's say it's 10 o'clock back there. You're like, I got to get to bed.
Yeah.
It's 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
You don't go to bed at 7.
Exactly.
So I remember laying in bed in the hotel. It's like 1 in the morning. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah.
Go to sleep. And then you start stressing that you're not sleeping. And then you don't sleep more.
You're thinking about not sleeping. You can't sleep. Yeah. It was hard for me to get in bed any night on a race anyways, even when there wasn't a time change.
Yeah, right.
You're just like your mind's racing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like all the nerves for the next day. But I'd say another big part that was hard getting used to was riding the public tracks out here and trying to prepare for a pro national where the prep's completely different.
Right.
So at Baker's, it was always pro prep, which was sick. But it's just something to get used to. So
would you say, having done both, huge advantage to be back there or eh?
I think it is a huge advantage to be back east.
Mm-hmm.
Training.
For the Nationals. Or you think?
For the National Supercross, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think you're good on either coast.
Yeah, I think the same thing.
Whichever coast you're racing, preferably.
Right. Yeah, maybe if you're racing East Coast 250s, then it'd be
on the
smart
East
to get
Coast.
back there, yeah.
Totally. But I think it's more advantageous to be on the East Coast for outdoors.
Yeah.
For sure.
Even flying, dude, people don't understand when you fly every weekend, it's just such a drain.
Yeah.
Drive to the airport parking, lug all your shit in, go through security, they're patting you down, just there's so much, I don't know.
The flight to Unadilla.
Where'd you go to, where did we fly, to Syracuse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Syracuse. So that one, I remember after Unadilla, I flew straight home, got I think a red eye or a super early morning one to make Supercross. This is last year.
Nice. You got to keep your priorities in line.
Right.
Well, people, and the other thing too, like, okay, let's say you're going to Unadilla. You go wherever, Ontario to wherever, definitely not a direct. You go somewhere, then sometimes you had two connections because you're going into this tiny little airport in Syracuse. Then you got to get a rental car and you're driving to like Utica, which is another hour or hour and a half. You know what I mean? And then from there to the track's another hour.
Yeah. And what about if one of those flights gets canceled?
Oh.
Did you ever have to sleep in the airport?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
oh
me
yeah,
too.
dude. I hate flying. Like if I could not fly ever again, unless I'm going on vacation, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
Like I hate it. Some people love it. Just not me.
Yeah.
I've done enough.
I've had to sleep. Yeah, your backpack is a pillow inside the airport. Just sleep
laying
on the
benches.
benches.
And you'll get so tired, you just lay on the floor. You're like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
There's so many germs and bacteria. I don't even care.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, this is when flying was a little easier, pre 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
Flights were always half full. Especially if you were taking a red eye, there's like 10 people on your flight. And so you'd just either lay out on the chairs, or if the armrest wouldn't go up, I remember laying on the floors. I'd just take blankets and make a little nest.
The chairs were probably comfortable back then, though.
Not really. They always sucked. You'd have like a little ridges, so I would just lay blankets on the floor and sleep on the floor. My feet are hanging out into the aisle. This is a different time, but
you got to do what you got to do. It's hard to get sleep on the planes, especially.
Okay, so finish the season out. Nothing really standing out. What about going into 25? You were AEO again, right?
Yes.
Planning on doing a full season.
Yeah.
Everything was good.
I was planning on it.
You weren't having any thoughts of retiring at this point?
I definitely knew if I didn't get it done this year, that like this upcoming year, that I wasn't gonna. I'd be okay with it. Like I knew in my head, I'm like, okay, I'd be okay with it.
Okay.
Moving on. I didn't want to be stuck chasing something and then end up with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Because I want to say this was like sometime mid 2024. Your mom messaged me. Did you know this?
I did know this.
Okay. And she was asking me questions about the fire service, and I'm like, she goes, Talon's maybe, don't tell him I reached out, but like he's thinking about maybe getting into the fire service, and she was asking me kind of some questions. I said, dude, just tell him to call me.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. Tell him to call me. She said, well, don't tell him. I don't know why she was worried about you knowing, but I'm like, okay, well, just when he's ready, tell him to call me.
Yeah, I did know about that.
Okay.
I think later on she told me. But yeah, I've always been interested in the fire service.
Well, let's get there. Let's
Okay.
finish this 25. So you didn't race the opening round, or you didn't show up on the results.
Opening round.
20.
Oh, okay.
25.
Yeah. No, I raced it. I didn't make the main. Wait.
Because I thought it went A1.
I was super sick coming into Anaheim.
Oh, okay.
I almost pulled the plug. Did I pull the plug? No, I'm trying to think. I don't think I raced.
It doesn't show you you weren't in the main event anyway.
Yeah, I know I didn't race the main. I don't think I made it.
Okay.
But I was so deathly sick the day before. I got on my bike and tried to do press day. It was the flu or something bad. And I never really get sick.
So it just destroyed you.
It destroyed me.
COVID.
I was in
super
bed.
spreader. You were probably COVID.
Right. No, I was in bed the day before press day, so Thursday. Couldn't get out of bed. dying. And then Friday, my dad does like, get in the car, we're going. So I got on the bike and tried to do press day. Went awful. Felt like shit.
Yeah.
And then just tried to race, tried to do whatever I could, but I couldn't breathe. I'm pretty sure I still had a fever when I was on the bike. Like just dying.
I tried, I had the flu once. I flew to Australia, Sydney Supercross, did one practice, and I'm like, dude, I'm done. I'm going to die. I'm seeing, like, I'm dizzy. I can't focus.
I was seeing stuff.
Yeah.
So that was my first round. And then.
So then was round 2 San Diego? It seems
round
like
2 was San Diego.
Okay. All right. So we kind of covered what happened there. That was the heat? You said that happened?
It was the heat race. Yeah.
So, okay, you break your femur. We kind of talked about the crash. Were you like, right after that, like, okay, that's it, I'm done? Or were you like, let's see what happens? Or how did that kind of come to be?
No, like when you're in the hospital, you're like, oh, screw this, I'm over this. But that was different. That's something that kind of just happens when you're hurt. But
yeah, every time you get hurt.
You're like, I'm over this.
Yeah.
But no, it took me a while to set in. I definitely had thoughts about it, but it took me a long time to make the decision. I didn't want to make a hasty one just because I was hurt. I'd been pretty fortunate to not be seriously hurt for, like, I think a couple years, like since my ACL, a few years prior. I didn't want to make a hasty decision, so it took me a lot of thinking while I was hurt, just trying to get better. I didn't have a plan. I was just trying to get better as quick as I could from my knee or my femur.
Yeah.
But then it just kind of slowly started the thoughts and kind of trying to validating those thoughts and made the decision to call it.
And so you were good with it. And like you said, you haven't really looked back.
I really haven't looked back one time. Obviously, it'd be cool to see all my buddies out at the races. It'd be cool to line up, but I moved on.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
Well, and you know, there's lots of ways to stay involved. You know, like I already told you, hey, you got a spot as a full-time Whiskey Throttle test rider. You know, you're riding one of our bikes now and doing stuff like whatever we can keep you involved, we want to, you know.
And that's awesome. I appreciate it.
So there's lots of ways to do that. But you need to start at some point, and I'm not saying everybody needs to do this, but like we kind of talked about this a little bit, making that decision. I don't think there's a wrong or a right, like, because I was going to retire before the I rode for KTM in 01. The bike was awful, and I was going to retire. I'm like, this is it. I told Davey Coombs, I said, I'm done, dude. This is not fun. My results were terrible that year. It was one of the only years I didn't get on the podium, and I'm just like, this is, I don't want to do this if this is how it is. And he goes, race as long as you can, because once this door closes, it never opens again. And I was like, all right, okay, I'll listen to that. And I raced 2 more years, and I won a race the following year. Then almost died when my bike broke in half, but it was good. I ran it out to where I was like, for sure, okay, I'm done. Like, I'm good.
Okay.
And once I think once in your head and your gut, you go, yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to.
And that's where I'm at. I have that full feeling. Yeah. I know this is the right decision for me. And like I said, I haven't looked back because I just know with how I was feeling, not just from getting hurt before, like I had those thoughts for sure. And I just I did a lot of digging deep into myself and just realized that it was the right choice for me. Wasn't loving it.
Okay. So the fire service, you said you kind of always liked that. What was it about that?
I'd say growing up doing a little bit of team sports, I love the camaraderie. I'm a social person. So I like that aspect of it. Kind of being part of something bigger than myself, I guess, is what I really enjoy about it. Obviously the job. I'm used to grind. I mean, like we've been through the moto. We love grinding. It's the constant day in, day out. We're always trying to be doing something.
Yeah.
Like active. We're as active gets.
Yeah.
And
I tell people all the time, if you were a good moto guy, not even pro, just like if you competed at a high level, you got everything you need to do this job, do the fire service job well. It's and what really kind of solidified for me was I managed Troy's team and I sat at a desk 4 days a week. The races, I enjoyed going to the races, although I was kind of over traveling. That was fun. I'm like, okay, I'm not a desk job guy. I can't sit at a desk.
No, and I don't even need to sit at a desk to know that. I know that's not for me.
I'm like, I've got to do something where I can get outside. I can be active. I just need to be active.
And I'm the same way. Like I said, growing up, I'm always building dirt jumps, doing something, taking stuff apart, building stuff.
Yeah.
I'm someone that needs to be doing something active. I have a little bit of ADHD for sure.
Yeah. Well, this job will be great for you because you want to go out and, train all day, you can go train. Or if you want to work out, it's mandatory that you work out, really, if you're doing the job right. If you become like an old engineer with a big old boiler, you're doing it wrong.
Totally.
You need to stay fit, and that's something that you want to do.
Yeah,
You know what
I love going to the gym. I love the work
and then
aspect of
when
it.
you get a fire, it's like the only thing that will match the adrenaline of rolling down the tunnel into Anaheim Stadium.
I bet.
It's so fun.
I'm excited.
So you're gonna be great.
Thank you.
You just completed your EMT cert,
Mm-hmm.
National Registry, everything you
Yep.
passed. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
Anything about the EMT stuff that tripped you up at all?
I'd say just doing like the ride-alongs. I saw some crazy stuff. I've done some fire ride-alongs as well. I guess just seeing I grew up in Temecula. We're in like a bubble out here.
Totally.
I'd say seeing some of the gnarly stuff, like the schizophrenic stuff, like
The drugs.
drugs.
Dude.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly just compared to what I'm used to. Just growing up with moto my whole life and in Temecula.
Yeah.
Where that stuff doesn't really exist out here. It does.
It's very
not as prominent.
It's very hidden,
Totally. So I'd say that was the biggest, I guess, not culture shock, but
Did you guys have any calls where it was blood and guts and
not blood and guts, but a lot of blood, like some assaults or stuff like that. But I haven't. Yeah,
You'll see some gross stuff, dude. GI bleeds, which are like is a smell that you'll never forget once you smell it, or dead bodies that you'll get a call to a well check or something, and you go out and this guy's been dead for days.
Gnarly.
I had one in Yucca Valley, 120 degrees. This guy's been sitting there for a while, like just some pretty gross stuff. Some people can't handle that. Or, car crashes where people are jacked up, and it's like you can either handle it and put it into a little box and then keep the lid shut, or you can't. Some people just go, "No, dude, I'm out. I can't do that."
No, and I feel like I'd be good at handling that stuff. I haven't seen too much of like the GI bleed and stuff like that you're talking about, but I've seen bones backwards. I've seen myself and other people. I've seen bad wrecks.
Yeah.
So I think that'll help me a little bit, but definitely some stuff that I haven't seen.
You're gonna see some gross stuff. You just gotta, know that it's weird for everybody at first. The first time you see just even a dead person, you're like, it's just not something most people see, right? And you're gonna see it a lot. And doing a CPR and breaking their ribs while you're doing CPR, and you're just going, "Whoa, what is happening right now?"
It's gnarly.
It's just, it's gnarly. But then there'll be times where, you go on a diabetic emergency and somebody's sugar's at like 20 and you bring them back to life like that, and it's like, wow, this guy would have died.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things about it that are awesome.
Yeah.
So, and you did right along with my department too.
Yeah.
A captain that's over there. That was where you and this is in San Bernardino.
Yeah.
So it says ghetto as it gets. What'd you think of that?
I think that was the point that validated that I definitely want to do this as a job. That's like just being with them. I put out my first fire. It was just a little fire.
Yeah.
But put it out. It was cool. Like, I don't know, the camaraderie, the being in the station with a bunch of guys that are all just homies. It's something that I want to be a part of.
Yeah. It's rad. And my favorite, and I talk to a lot of guys that retire that say the thing they miss most is like sitting around the coffee table in the morning.
Yeah.
Because, we'll all get up and have a cup of coffee and just BS and whatever. And that camaraderie right there, it would be like race team guys, you're on a race team and your whole crew's out to dinner or out, whatever. Those moments where you're all together just BS and talking shop.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing, but you do it every morning. And that's the thing. Those are the things that I think when I talk to guys who retire, they miss the most about it. And so I'm trying to kind of take that in. And when you have a good crew, and I'll tell you this, crew matters over station every time.
Totally.
I can be at the crappiest, dumpiest station. If I have a good crew, I don't care.
Well, yeah.
Or if I'm at the nicest, newest station, but I don't like my crew, miserable.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just that would be one piece of advice I give you as you keep moving along.
Yeah, it's just you get to do cool shit with your friends.
Yeah.
What
and the fires are the
job
fun
is that?
thing. I think that sounds crazy to a lot of people, and I don't want it to sound insensitive because it's sad when someone's stuff burns down.
Yeah.
But like that's what we train for. And you'll run a million medical aid calls, and those are kind of most of the time very mundane. But the fires, man, are so fun. They're so fun.
Yeah, it's like the Super Bowl.
Kind of. I mean, depending on where you are, you get more than just once a year, I hope. But it's really fun. You'll get into that. So there's lots of pathways to it. Do you think you're going to go get your medic license, or what do you think you'll do?
At some point, I want to get my medic license. I'm working on getting the CPAT and the FCTC done just right now.
Yep.
I'm actually going right after this to get my CPAT.
Which is a physical agility test.
Yes. Working on that. I got my EMT cert, so I'm good there. Hopefully, at some point, but once I get my screws out of my knee, I'm hoping to be working maybe as an EMT for a little bit, as long as it takes. I'll definitely be applying once I get those prereqs done that I need.
Yep.
But there's really no path. Like you've told me, there's no set path.
Yeah, there's certain, you just get these handful of certifications and then you can start applying everywhere and get your foot in the door. Yeah. And there's different ways to even do that,
Yeah.
So.
And that's what I was planning on doing, is just kind of working up the ladder.
Yeah.
It's like moto again. I worked up my whole life to get to the pro.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting new.
I will tell you this, dude. As moto guys, we've not been involved in like a military kind of situation. The first time I went through an academy and you're at attention, I'm like, I don't even know how to stand at attention. You're in uniform and they're coming around looking at, Irish pennants, they call them, like little strings that would be hanging out of your shirt. Like they want you high and tight. Your gig line has to line up, like all this stuff. I didn't even know what it meant.
Yeah.
And I'm just standing there, I'm looking around going, well, they're standing like this, I'll just do this. And then they just start screaming at you and they're like, you're in boots. They're like, run. Oh my gosh, they came up into boots. I'm like, what's happening? It's a trip. So when you get to that point, talk to me first.
I will.
So I will. Prep you a little bit.
No, I didn't grow up in any militaristic background at all,
dude,
so I'm
same.
sure it'll be a shock for me.
Interviews were gnarly.
Yeah.
I had never done a real job interview. Like I think the closest thing would have been sitting down with Mitch. Yeah. Signing with Pro Circuit, and I'm in a t-shirt and shorts.
Yeah.
So I'm putting on this suit. I'm like, this feels so weird.
Yeah, I got to go get a suit.
Yeah, it's different. So anyway, I'm excited for you. You're going to get there. And I tell guys this all the time. I don't tell everybody this, but most people that I think are capable, the people who don't get hired are the guys who quit. So you know how to not quit. So you'll
not
get
quitting. Won't do it.
What about bikes? So what do you think you'll do? Like what would be in a perfect world once you're through probation? Fire departments that may be listening. Just like mammoth, Supercross, that kind of stuff. Ride for fun. Will you race? What do you think you'll do?
Yeah, so that's kind of the plan. I'm doing Supercross here pretty soon. I want to do races like Day in the Dirt, like you said.
Yeah.
All the fun stuff, Mammoth. Those are the three that
Big
I
Bear.
really
There's a new GP up in Big Bear.
I want to do the new GP. Just fun races like that I used to do when I was a kid. Haven't gotten to because there's always a race that weekend.
Yeah.
Just fun stuff like that. I'm hoping to get a bike soon. I'm itching. I've been riding your bike. Love it. Thing's awesome. Be sweet to get a bike of my own.
Yeah.
I haven't had one. I haven't owned a bike in years. It's been at least 4 years since I've owned my own bike.
It's going to blow your mind how expensive stuff is.
I'm sure.
Because, either dad bought it for you when you were a kid or your sponsors have bought it. When you go to get a set of tires or even a lever, you're going to go, wait, what? Hold on, I just broke a lever? How much? It's insane, dude.
This is for an OEM one too? Yeah.
I'll just make one out of some rebar. Jeez.
Yeah. No, that's definitely going to be a shock, but I've enjoyed doing the little bike work that I know how to do.
Yeah.
Just the common.
The cool thing
oil.
when you hit this point for you is like, it just goes back to the way it started.
Yeah.
You're just riding dirt bikes when you want to for fun, right? Exactly. For the right reasons, I wouldn't probably ride much during the summer at all. outside of bike testing and things we got to do, but I want to surf.
Yeah.
It's 100 degrees. I don't want to
Yeah.
ride. But then when it rains, like,
Game on.
game on. Yeah.
It's been refreshing being able to ride whenever, like, if I want to go ride, I go ride.
Yeah.
Not having to do it, having to do motos. I can go throw some whips, hit some corners.
Just have a blast.
Yeah.
What about surf? What about other things? What else are you going to kind of get back into? I mean, you just did a little fishing trip. I saw you slayed some, was it Dorado? What'd you
Tuna.
get?
No, I got a couple tuna. I think it was almost 100 pounds. It was right around 100 pounds on my first one.
Yeah, you were like, I hope we find them. And you found them.
Yeah. It was just a overnight trip. We got lucky.
Yeah.
So, but that was awesome. I've been really focusing on this. It was the EMT thing, but now just really focusing on the fire thing.
Yeah.
Been having fun when I can, riding whenever I can, surfing.
Yeah.
But
because there's so many things when you're racing that you're like, I can't do that. I don't have time for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to stay focused on the job. But now that you don't have that, like, outside of fishing and surfing, is there anything else? Like, what else do you love to do that you just didn't get to do enough?
I'd say definitely in the wintertime, snowboarding. I haven't got to do it. I used to skate when I was a kid too. Just haven't been able to do it because that's a broken wrist waiting to happen. So haven't been able to do that in years. So those are things I enjoy. I guess just having more time on the weekends.
Yeah.
Has been nice because usually it's the weekends are racing. You're gone.
Yeah, and that's when your friends are off work.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Yeah. So then, like you said, hanging out with friends. It's been nice having a little bit of time off now while I'm searching and trying to get a job.
Yeah.
With that, but just
cool.
I've been still grinding.
Well, we got our Ethica Fit check here, our last little segment. Use code WHISKEY20 for 20% off of anything at Ethica. We've got some Ethica socks, hats, some stuff for you. So we'll set you up with that and a Whiskey Throttle shirt before you leave. And our last question we ask everybody is, how do you want to be remembered in the sport?
I want to be remembered as someone who had fun, but still was serious at the same time. It's hard to balance that, like we were talking about earlier. But I want to be remembered as someone who didn't let all the pressure get to them and still was able to show their personality, I guess, a little bit.
I like that. I have a lot of respect and a lot of time for people who can kind of put their ego aside and go, now, you know what? I'm going to go do this. I think this is better for me long run. Because especially once you're riding for a factory team and you're signing autographs, it's hard to let that go for a lot of people. You know what I mean? They'll cling to that as long as they can. And, and a lot of people struggle once they do to find something else. Like they struggle a lot of people. And so I love that you've already refocused and you're after it, dude.
And that's what made it the easiest for me. Was having something to put my focus towards. Yeah. So I'd say I think the reason I haven't looked back is because I had something to chase. Like I had previously. I had the pro racer that I was just chasing from such a young age. Yeah. And now I want to be a fireman and just going up the ladder like I did when I raced moto. Yeah.
I think it's important for any, especially guys. I think we're really goal driven. And so you've got to have something. If there isn't something here you're going after, dude, guys get lost. Yeah. And I think it's bad for them mentally, mental health and stuff. So kudos to that. I did want to ask one other thing. Sorry, I know I said that was the last question, but if you could go back to, I don't know, your younger self at any point before you started racing pro, what advice would you give? Would you give yourself any advice? What would you say? Or would you just not change anything?
I'd say advice is listen to your heart a little more. I think I didn't do that as much as I wish I did early on. I never dug into me enough. I'd say the spiritual journey's huge. So maybe that when I was younger, that wouldn't really affect me because you're just a little kid and you don't have that mental capacity. Yeah. But I'd say the past couple years, maybe just tell myself to listen to my heart more.
I love it.
Listen to the Lord.
Look at you, dude. Deep. I love it.
Digging deep.
Well, I'm stoked for you, dude. Like I said, anything you've got, any questions on the fire service stuff, I'm here. You know, you know that. I'm excited to see you get there. I know you will.
Thank you.
Hopefully my department.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
That's where I want to go.
But there's a lot of good departments around here. So
Yeah.
You'll get there. I'm stoked for you. And, dude, you're top of the list for our test riders, man.
Anytime you got a bike to ride,
get you
I'll
on
ride
camera. You can throw some whips again. You can sign my autographs for me if you want. Hey, guys, hope you guys appreciated that. I really appreciate you taking the time to come in, man.
No,
I know
thank
you're on a schedule here to get a physical test. You got to leave in 20 minutes. Thanks so much. Appreciate it, buddy. And thank you guys for watching. Stick around. We'll be back to wrap up the show. Huge thanks to Talon Hawkins for coming in today, taking the time to go through his story. A little bit more brief than some of our guests, but I love his ability to look at himself and make the decision to go do something different. You know, and I know it's a tough decision for a lot of guys to make, as we discussed. So just, I'm not to sound condescending, but just proud of him for being able to make that call. And I think it's awesome that he's already got something else he's going after hard, and I'm excited to watch him get there. I hope you guys appreciated it. As always, please support our partners. You know, we really do screen through these people with a fine-tooth comb. We don't allow anyone to come onto this program that isn't elite products, elite company, so that we can stand behind them fully and say this product is awesome. Whether it's our newest ones, Toyota Redlands, Rockform, Element, or our standard go-tos, the guys that have been there forever, Yamaha, Motosport.com, Pro Circuit, Dunlop. I mean, these are the best companies in the business. Pro X Parts, take a look. Nihilo Concepts, Rockwell. If you guys are in the market for sunglasses, Rockwell stuff are insane. Italian made, American designed, killer. Floatable stuff, awesome stuff. TBDMX, a great graphics company. Can't recommend them enough. Ethica, Arc Levers. I mean, they just make the best products there are in terms of levers and seat concepts. Amazing companies, man. Just the very, very best. And so we pride ourselves on that. So support them. You'll do yourself a favor because you get a great product, and you will support this show. So we can keep bringing you good stories like with Talon. As always, thank you guys so much for supporting us, watching, listening. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Yamaha is the industry leader in two-wheeled fun and performance. Celebrating 50 years of YZ in 2024, the Blue Crew is still dominating shootouts and competitions. Yamaha, revs your heart. Troy Lee Designs is the leader in off-road motocross apparel and style. So whether you're looking for a cool new paint job for your helmet, maybe your name and number on your helmet lettered on, you're looking for new gear, you're looking for mountain bike gear, off-road gear. They've got the brand new Scout line in GP and SE models. Troy Lee Designs has it all. They've been leading this industry for decades, and they're going to continue to do it. Check out TroyLeeDesigns.com. SKDA is a moto graphics and seat covers company with several offices based around the globe. For too long, bikes and graphics have all looked the same. They just start to blend together. SKDA is working to change that. With super clean and unique design work, a bike with SKDA graphics stands out in a crowd and adds a touch of art to the world of moto. Hey, we need that. SKDA prides itself on providing premium customer service both before and after the sale is made. Visit SKDA online to view the current product range and get in touch with their team to get your bike refreshed. I want to just make a mention here that these guys, not only is their design way outside the box, very, very cool, they'll work with you on custom things. The products are incredible. Okay, they'll speak for themselves. But what's really awesome, and you'll notice this the minute you order one of these, man, they give you an email saying, hey, the product's been shipped. Hey, the product is here. It landed in this spot. Hey, it's coming today. Hey, your product's been delivered. They just so good about staying in touch with you and letting you know where it's at. Customer service is 100%, and that's just something that's rare these days. Check out SKDA. Here at the Whiskey Throttle Show, we're all about supporting brands that support our sport. And there's one tire company that has never walked away from the sport of motocross and supercross, and it's Dunlop. When times got tough and the economy took a crash, Dunlop stepped up and stayed with our sport to support it and the athletes and individuals that love it. Their MX-53 line and MX-33 lines absolutely dominate this sport. Every national championship at the pro level has been won in the last decade, and nearly every single amateur national championship at Loretta Lynn's has been won on a Dunlop. So if you're looking for high performance, you're looking for amazing quality and you're looking to support a brand that never turns its back on our sport, there's only one choice for you, and it's Dunlop. All right, Whiskey Throttle fam, we've got a sponsor here that I want to really encourage you guys to try, Element. If you haven't seen this stuff before, give them a check out on our Instagram bio. You can get in there. We've got a link that will give you free samples. You can go in and try this stuff. And this delivers just the right amount of electrolytes that you need when you're competing at all, especially if it's midsummer, humid. Think Loretta Lynn's, Nationals. You're sweating like crazy. This is the best way to replenish it, okay? Straight water is just going to flush more electrolytes out of your body, cause more cramping. You've got to get the electrolytes back in. This Element provides it in the perfect package with 0 sugar. It is vegan, keto, paleo-friendly, gluten-free. This is the perfect product for athletes or those pretending to be athletes. So it was designed by Rob Wolf. This guy is a crazy smart dude working in the science field. Was developing for his own use in athletics, and he came up with the perfect formula. This stuff's awesome. This right here, the citrus salt, is my favorite. Of course, you can get it in a sample pack like this where you can try some different flavors, watermelon, orange, raspberry. Great stuff. Cannot recommend this enough. If you are racing, even at a local level, and sweating at all, which, come on, we all do on a dirt bike, you've got to have some of this stuff to replenish it right. Give it a try. Like I said, go to our bio on Instagram. You can find a discount code or a link that takes you directly to there, and we'll give you a free sample. Check it out. You're not going to want to miss that. Support these guys. They are fans of the sport, and we are so stoked to be partnered with them. Element is an incredible product that I use exclusively, and I'm so proud to have them part of the Whiskey Throttle Show. Pro Circuit is the leader in aftermarket performance and quality. Whether you're looking for a little more horsepower out of your engine, some quality hard parts to improve the way your bike feels and looks, better handling through suspension or linkage arms, Pro Circuit is where you need to stop. It's your one-stop shop. You can go in there and get everything you need to make your motorcycle go from average to exceptional. Pro Circuit's got enough number 1 plates on their wall to side an entire home, and there's a reason for that. They're very, very good at what they do. The highest quality products with one goal in mind, and that's winning. Check out ProCircuit.com. Nihilo Concepts is leading the way in aftermarket hard parts. With their secondary, if you are in the market for a new vehicle, look no further than Toyota of Redlands. You've got to support a brand that is supporting motocross big time. At the amateur level, pro level, they are part owners in the Bar X Yamaha racing team. They support a ton of riders individually, and they support us here at Whiskey Throttle Media. And I'll tell you what, the facility up there in Redlands is absolutely incredible. It's beautiful. The folks are friendly. They're professional. And if you've never owned a Toyota, you got to give it a try. It is the only brand that I'll drive anymore. If you're buying, there's nothing more reliable, nothing that holds its resale value better. And the folks at Toyota of Redlands are just they still remember what customer service is. I guess that's all I really need to say. Incredibly friendly, professional, and just talented staff up there. We're stoked to have them a part of the show. If you see the Whiskey Throttle truck around here, the Toyota of Redlands Tundra, give us a wave and a honk. But, man, just so stoked to have these guys on board. Like I said, anybody like that that's getting involved and supporting the sport, we just want to push as many people as we can to them because those folks are rare, and especially when they have an incredible product and provide an incredible service. So get up to Toyota of Redlands, California. If you're anywhere in southern United States, southwest United States, it's worth the drive. Get over there, check those guys out. Tell them the Whiskey Throttle Crew sent you. On-switch device, something that was much needed in this sport. They've been innovating and bringing new products to market. Their latest is the new Nihilo Run Cool brake pistons. They're designed to be stronger than stock and provide exceptional cooling performance with less brake drag. Most OEM calipers pistons are made from aluminum that just can't hold up to the heat and extreme demands of serious racing. When they get hot, the aluminum will distort, causing loss of hydraulic pressure and brake failure. Nihilo's Run Cool pistons limit the area that boiling hot hydraulic fluid is able to come in contact with the piston, leaving 2/3 of the piston volume in open air with breather holes to enhance the cooling ability. It's made of a proprietary stainless blend, which is better at dissipating heat. You have issues with brake fade or brake failure, check out Nihilo Concepts among their many amazing hard parts and carbon fiber parts and titanium. nihiloconcepts.com. Seat Concepts is the leader in motorcycle saddles. If you're looking for a new cover or a new seat entirely, Seat Concepts is the place to go. They make custom seat foams catered to your height, weight, riding ability, riding type. They also have waterproof covers and foams that will not break down if you ride in a lot of inclement weather. And they pride themselves on being much more comfortable than OEM or any other aftermarket company. If you're looking for a new seat or a new cover, Seat Concepts, there's nothing better. Guys, I want to introduce you to Rockform, and a sponsor of the Whiskey Throttle Show here that has just been blowing my mind with their products. They've got all kinds of, started as phone cases. This is their rugged phone case here that I've got, which is just bulletproof. You could throw this thing out of an airplane, probably pick it up and be just fine. And on the back here, everything is magnetic, so it'll just stick to anything metallic, obviously. But this little locking device you've got in the back, this bolts onto handlebar mounts, car mounts, adhesive mounts, magnetic mounts, and it does not come off. It is locked in. I have no fear that my phone is going to pop off a handlebar on a street bike ride. And then I like the little sport ring they've got. They've got all kinds of devices that pop in here, but this thing acts as a stand. If you want to sit this thing up and watch something on your phone or work on it, just absolutely incredible. And this is magnetic as well. All kinds of amazing products, guys, for your phone. Kind of that's their primary function. They also have the G-Rock speaker. This is basically made for golf, and you just stick it to the frame of your golf cart and get after it. Got great tunes all day long. So a ton of products, but check out our boys at Rockform. These guys are killing it. I'm so stoked to be partnered with this brand. You know, we really pride ourselves on partnering with elite brands, really, really high-level companies, and Rockform is right on cue. Need to replace something on your bike that's worn out? Look no further than Pro-X. These guys aim to make everything OEM quality or better at an affordable price. And they've also got some new products coming. So right now, chains, sprockets, anything inside the engine internally, air filters. If it wears out, Pro-X makes it, and they make it at a quality level that's OEM or better. And they've got some new things coming that are awesome. A complete engine rebuild kits for the Polaris RZR 800s. Need to replace something on your bike that's worn out? Look no further than Pro-X. These guys aim to make everything OEM quality or better at an affordable price. And they've also got some new products coming. So right now, chains, sprockets, anything inside the engine internally, air filters. If it wears out, Pro-X makes it, and they make it at a quality level that's OEM or better. And they've got some new things coming that are awesome. A complete engine rebuild kits for the... All right, so you had a tip over in the garage or at the track and you broke your lever off. What are you going to do? Go to Arc Levers, guys. They're the only people you need to check out in this space. Arc Levers, everything manufactured right here in the United States to craftsman precision. The stuff is awesome. Whether you're looking for an entire clutch perch with maybe a bigger wheel, they make the wheel super easy to find and adjust. Or maybe you just want replacement levers. They do that as well. Anything you're after, they can change the throw, the feel, everything you want custom. They can make them feel different, look different colors. These guys are dialed, man. They've got all kinds of cool products. If you haven't been over to Arc Levers and seen what they've got, check them out. These guys are being run by factory Honda. If they're good enough for Jet Lawrence, I think you and I can probably make them work. The Star Racing Yamaha team, a lot of factory riders running them for good reason. They're the best products in the business. Check out Arc Levers. If you've got a little Grom that's looking to get started in the motorcycle world, the best way to get them going is on a Stasic bike. They've got multiple sizes, so from your very young Groms to those who are a little more grown up, you can start them safely. They've got controls that allow you to control the speed so he can't get going too quick. They can touch the ground. There's not a lot of noise to distract them. It's the perfect way to get your child involved in motorcycling at a very young age. And if you've got a kid who's already out ripping, there's series popping up all over. For those of you in Southern California, go to www.ameminicross.com and join their local series. If you're outside of this state, contact your local track and ask them about starting a Stasic class at your local track. Get over to Stasic.com and check out all they've got going on. If you're considering a facelift for your dirt bike, look no further than TBD MX. TBD MX offers fully customizable graphics. Whatever you want to put on there, it's up to you. You're the boss. You want a military theme? No problem. Give them an idea of what you're after and they'll make it. You want to put unicorns on there? Well, that's super weird, but he'll do it for you anyway. They use the highest quality materials cut to the exact die lines for easy installation, which, if you've ever put graphics on, you know is important. No bubbles, no creases. They fit perfectly. And they offer fast service and shipping, so you're not waiting around forever to get your bike dialed in. So stop looking like a dork at the track. Go to tbdmx.com and get yourself dialed in with a set of graphics that you want, with your sponsors and the things you want to see on it. TBDMX making the best graphics in motocross, and the Whiskey Throttle Media crew and the Whiskey Throttle Show is stoked to be partnered with TBDMX. Follow them on Instagram, give them a follow, and follow along with all of our bike builds as we feature the TBDMX graphics on all our builds. And finally, last but not least, Specialized Bicycles. If you are in the market to start pedaling, this is where you want to start. They've got great entry-level bikes all the way up to the Cadillac, the new Levo e-bike, anything in between, man. It doesn't matter what kind of riding you're doing. Go check out and start with Specialized. Don't waste your time on something that's going to break. The derailleur's not going to shift after a couple months. Get something quality. These guys make it. Specialized leads that industry. Every good podcast show has got to have an underwear sponsor, right? Well, we went right to the top, Ethica. These guys make the best underwear. If you haven't tried a pair, you don't know what you're missing. Your life hasn't even started yet. So try a pair of Ethicas on. Go to Ethica.com. Use our code WHISKEY20. Get you 20% off. And give all of your nether regions a break, man. It's vacation time for the boys. These things are comfortable. You're riding. Your butt's not going to get all chafed. These things are awesome. And guess what? They don't just make underwear. No. Tees, hats, beanies, sweatshirts, shorts for kids, ladies, toddlers, old people, everybody. You name it. They make them. You know what else they make? Moto gloves. I didn't even know that. I just found it out. So get over to Ethica.com. Check them out. These guys are awesome. Whiskey20. Use our code. Don't cheat me now. Get 20% off and put your buns in the best undies around. Ethica.com. All right, the sun is shining. That means you guys need to find yourself a good pair of sunglasses and look no further than Rockwell. These guys are making some incredible shades right now. They're all designed here in the USA, made in Italy. Very, very high-end craftsmanship on these things. They've got so many different models for men's and women's styles. There's floatable glasses, so if you're out on a lake, on a boat somewhere this summer, go out, find yourself a pair of the floatable ones. They've also got wireframe. They've got wraparound. Anything you're after, any style, Rockwell makes it. We are also working on a motocross goggle that is going to be insane. We are in the development stages of that. I'm helping them with that, as is Justin Hill and a couple other guys. So stay tuned for that. That's coming. They also make all kinds of casual wear. Rockwell is getting it done in all kinds of markets. But the sunglasses, whoo, these things are next level. Check them out, rockwell.com. Thanks for checking out the Whiskey Throttle Show. If you guys liked it, be sure to like and subscribe so you get notified anytime we have a new show go up. You can also go over to WhiskeyThrottleMedia.com and check out all of the content, new bike builds, new bike introductions. We've got all kinds of features in the moto and off-road space, as well as all of the current Whiskey Throttle shows listed there. You can find our YouTube channel to get a complete list by season of all the shows we've done, well over 100 at this point. And also follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, like, subscribe, comment, all that junk. We'll see you guys.